Hi, everyone. Good morning. Welcome back to the Power Network. I'm Amy. Today, we're talking about Lori Vallow's supposed cousin, Megan. Megan. There's a long-standing rumor that she didn't really know Lori much, if at all. So, why the sudden media presence? Why is she still defending hidden true crime after everything that's come out? And how did she land so comfortably into Mormon media spaces? I'm just asking questions for a friend, of course. So stick around. I'm rolling the intro while the algorithm brings in the rest of the Power family. Shout out to my replay crew. Love you, babies.
Cavalier's drumming his old guitar again. Words rolling out into our fire. If heaven had wings, I would steal them and fly away with you for a while. Hearing the essence of gratitude, your dreamy little smile on my lips. I miss my cue, but baby, I had you. Miss my cue, but I had you for that day. Here in the
Here in the essence of gratitude, I am so thankful that I get to be here to wish you a happy 2026. Thank you to everyone that hung out with me on New Year's Eve with Unsolved Amy Boston. I had a good time hanging out. It's always good to be invited onto panels and do things with people and not to be the one to organize it and just to kind of show up and give my opinions. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. So thank you, Amy, for inviting me. And Amber, I hope you're feeling better. Amber was supposed to join us, but she got the pink eye. The pink eye. She sent me a picture yesterday and it looks really painful. Ouchie. Ouchie mama. So we hope Amber's feeling better. And thank you everyone for being here and happy 2026. I hope this year is really good for all of us. Good morning, Ruth Ann. Um, she's saying good morning to Carolina. Good morning, Ruth Ann and Carolina. It's so good to see you. Good morning, Megan. Gaslit more than Lori does. Apple didn't fall far from the tree. Megan has fascinated me. She's been interesting me for a while. When we had Kresha on from Difficult Research, she had sent me an email mentioning Megan, and I was like, yeah. And I had mentioned Megan to you guys earlier, and you were like, yes, please cover it. And then Kresha sent the email, and now all of this good stuff is coming out about Megan, and we're going to take a look at it. This is not to send any flying monkeys or anything else like that. I just think it's really strange. I've been thinking, like, why would she be supporting hidden true crime after everything that has come out? Like, why on earth is she continuing along this path? And the only thing I can think of is that any any exposure is good exposure, and so perhaps that is her thought pattern, like, well, I'm getting my name out there. I mean, she did come forward on a murder case where her cousin unalived the kids and the husbands. I believe the husbands, there was more than one. This is just my opinion. This is all my opinion, my research for entertainment and educational purposes only, all alleged. We urge you to go out there and do your own. Everything that we watch today, we will put down in the YouTube show notes. We do this to cite our sources and for fair use. But I mean, she came out during a time where she would, of course, get a lot of media attention. because she was Lori Vallow's cousin. She was like so important, right? Or she made herself out to be very important. And doing the research this morning, I put in one of my, let me get my screen together because I'm going right into it. While I'm doing that, I already asked you guys if you guys could just warm up your fingers and dance them right up to the hearts and thumbs up button, and hit the like and share. It helps us dance out into the algorithm and party out there. Bring more people back. It's just a free way to help us out. And it's one of the most absolute best ways to help us out if you can't help. And people say, like, I can't give you super stickers. And I totally understand that because I can't do that either for other people. I look forward to the day that I can, but if you can't do those type of things, and those type of things are very appreciated, sharing is just an amazing way to help a content creator out. So when I was doing the research, I put in, who is Megan Connor and why are people saying she barely knew Lori Vallow? And so the AI always gives you the mainstream media overview, always, without fail. It says Megan Connor is Lori Vallow Daybell's first cousin. The idea that she barely knew Lori Vallow appears to be a misconception, as Connor has spoken publicly. I mean, she told us so. And in interviews about growing up with Vallow, being a bridesmaid at her wedding and spending significant time with their extended family, although, I mean, Lori's sister just came out and said that, nay, Maggie, Megan. Sorry. Oh, gosh, I went back to the Megan. Sorry. I have a really hard time calling her Megan because her name's not even spelled different. It's just like Megan. But okay, Megan, I will try my hardest because it is important to call people by the name that they want. I recognize that. So who is Megan Connor? Megan Connor is an author, a coach, a public speaker who is also the cousin of convicted murderer Lori Vallow Daybell. She has become an advocate for victims of abuse and a speaker on generational trauma, high demand religious groups, and narcissism. Often drawing on her family history and personal experiences, including surviving ex trafficking as a child, which we talked about, Megan, a little earlier when we were going over it, when we had Kresha on. We're going to look at what Kresha said about Megan when she was on our channel. I'm not going to show the email because I forgot to ask Kresha if I could show it. So I'm not going to show the email, what she said in the email, but I will ask her and see if she approves it. But I just totally forgot it to do that. So in the context of the Lori Vallow case, Connor has provided significant insight into Vallow's family dynamics, upbringing, and the potential influences that shaped her character and beliefs, which ultimately led to the unaliving of her two children, Tylee Ryan and JJ Vallow, and her husband, former wife, Tammy Daybell. I think it's very important to point out that this is all what Megan has told us. Now, the Vallow family has said, or Lori's family has said otherwise. Like her sister, Summer, says no. Megan was hardly ever around. She was barely around the kids. So to me, it screams like this is an opportunity for me to get ahead, to get my face out there, to get myself in front of Mormon media, to grow my channel. But it's interesting to me that she continues to stand behind Lauren when it's blatantly obvious that what Lauren is doing is just insane. It's just insanity, really. When I was doing my research today, I came across the idea of the 100 monkey theory. Has anyone else heard about this? the 100 monkey theory. I put it into Chat GBT and I asked it to explain what the 100 monkey theory was and how it directly relates to what we're doing here. And have a listen.
Absolutely, Amy. Let's take it from the top and really get into the detail you're looking for. So the 100 monkey effect is this idea that came from a story or observation in the 1950s. Researchers on a Japanese island noticed that one monkey started washing sweet potatoes in the sea to clean them. Then a few others picked it up, and gradually more and more monkeys on the island started doing it. The twist of the story is that once enough monkeys, let's say the 100th monkey, learned this behavior and supposedly started appearing among monkeys on other nearby islands, even though those monkeys hadn't had direct contact. Now, whether that literally happened or not is often debated, but the core idea is about reaching a tipping point in collective learning. Once a critical mass is reached, the behavior of the idea just seems to spread as if by sheer patchiness. So in terms of what you're doing on the PWR network and with Hidden True Crime, this metaphor is about how your consistent effort to share insights and narratives can eventually reach a point where it just clicks more broadly. At first, you're informing and engaging a small group. But as you keep going, you might find that your perspective starts spreading almost organically, reaching people you didn't even know you'd reach. It's like you're planting seeds of awareness that eventually bloom in places you didn't directly plant them. In other words, what you're doing matters because you're contributing to a larger shift in understanding. And eventually, you hit that 100th monkey moment where the wave just rolls on its own.
So, in hearing that 100 monkey, and it's not really the 100th monkey that does it, but it's just the idea that consciousness will spread. And so, us doing this, because sometimes I get really discouraged, right? Because when I see like everything that we put out, Megan still comes out and defends. I almost called her Lori, Lauren, right? And I'm like, what in the world? But I have to believe that what we're doing is a new way of thinking. Like the whole idea that this is like just high school girl behavior, us being mean towards Lauren's meanness, right? So like we should shut up and just let Lauren's behavior continue because that's the way of the world. Like, like it's whistleblower behavior. And no, and I no longer am subscribing to that. Like it's time that we don't just stay quiet just to get along, right? Because what Lauren's doing, her behavior is extremely harmful. She wanted a woman arrested with 4 children and wanted her and her husband and Grayson, and wanted an ankle tether on her, and wanted the FBI called, and wanted to put a permanent record on this woman. This one woman who in her stuff, she has said that it was more than one. So it's very dangerous behavior. And she's a woman she at the time had, well, I don't know where she's at now, but we'll just say over 300,000 subscribers. And those are just the people that subscribe to her. So not everyone subscribes to oh gosh, sorry, I'm getting angry. Like you guys all, I'm not yelling at you guys, okay? I'm just yelling at the situation. Whew, let me calm it down. But I get really angry when I think of like if we really boil it down to what it really is. And she has so many followers and it has such a huge reach. And then Megan has a reach, Duty Ron has a reach, and all these other people that have decided to support this behavior. It's just like, no, I'm going to say something. And it makes me feel good that this 100th monkey hasn't been proven, but the idea that this one monkey was washing a banana and then other monkeys on the same island started washing the banana, started following it. And then they don't know how it happened, but all these other monkeys on an unrelated island started washing started washing bananas. So like the idea spread. Like did one monkey swim all the way to another island somehow? I don't know. Or did it spread by osmosis? We don't know. but it spread. That's the idea, that it is the power of light and what is right. And I believe this is the power of light and what is right. And I just like, it's given me newfound oomph, and I wanted to share that with you. But so Megan, getting back to Megan, why? What, like, Megan has sent off red flags for me. There's certain people in this whole thing, and like, I just wonder, and this is all just me thinking out loud, no flying monkeys, no going after anybody, but is it that Megan is damaged like Lori, and that she needs this attention, and like any attention is attention she'll take? And or is it like this idea that if she will support Lauren, does it mean that Lauren will support her in return and get her on all these Mormon podcasts? Because when I was doing the research, I saw that Megan was on this podcast too. Not only was she this year on the Mormon podcast, but she's also been on this other Mormon podcast, Mormon Stories podcast, that Lauren also was on. When was this one? This was 2 years ago. So growing up with Lori Vallow, cousin Megan Connor. So I mean, she was even there. We had Kresha on, which Kresha, I'm sure all of you know, but for those that are just tuning in, maybe new to the case, Kresha is from Difficult Research. She is the aunt of, excuse me, of JJ and Tylee Vallow. Now, Kresha is like the redheaded stepchild in this whole situation, for lack of a better term. Lauren came between her and her mother. Kresha struggled to even be heard in this situation, wasn't treated well by Hidden True Crime at all. And texts have come out where Hidden True Crime went after Kresha. Hidden True Crime also struck Kresha's channel when Kay came up, which Kay is her mother, which is JJ's grandmother, came up, and they struck down her channel and basically have been trying to silence Kresha, which was the absolute wrong move, in my opinion, because it has not only not silenced Kresha, but I feel like it has emboldened, empowered Kresha. And I say, go Kresha. But so this is Kresha. Sometimes people will ask me later, like, who's Kresha? So this is Kresha. This is her channel. Everything, like I said, everything that we look at today, I will put down in the YouTube show notes, and I do this to cite our sources and for fair use. Kresha is an amazing advocate for victims of YouTube scammers, starting with HTC. Yeah, it has become her goal now to prevent HTC to get in so good and comfy with a family and do what they did to her family. And I mean, they have really woken at somebody who I suspect will be following HTC for a long while, right? She's not damaged. It's all a scam. It's all about clicks. You like, it's very interesting to me with Megan that she has like we covered her a week or 2 weeks ago, and in it, like, she all of a sudden remembered later, was she having past life regression, or not past life regression, but she was having some kind of like hypnotherapy, and she remembered that she was, or something like that. She remembered later on. Well, anyway, no, I'm not going to get into that. I don't want to get into that. But how is it possible that everything has happened to Megan? It's just very interesting to me, but I'm trying to hold back my opinions, because my opinions are very Gen X and you can come off very harsh. So I'm trying to soften my blows. Saying she thinks the texts are fake, but yet she addresses the summer text. Yeah, we're going to get into our friend and what she said. But before we go into it, I want to talk about what Kresha and I talked about when I had Kresha up on her channel. So I asked I ran our live through, and I asked it to pick out the moments during our live that we talked about Kresha, about Megan. Sorry, I am fighting a flare, and when I fight flares, I can't stop it. But like words, I'm thinking one word and another word will just fly right out of my mouth, and I know it's not the right word. So that's what's happening today, you guys. I took yesterday off to see if that would help. But anyway, I apologize. So this was the main Megan Connor segment that when I was with Kresha. I'm going to run those main segments where we talked about Megan. Then we're going to go into what Megan actually said. We're going to look at some other content creators that were covering it. I know it was the talk of the town the last like 2 days. So like you miss one day, you're behind. And so I know I'm behind, and this is just me adding my 2 cents in the whole thing, and pulling in together like our past content on Megan. But this was our live that we did with Kresha. It was a creator panel. We had Into the Weeds podcast with us, but she had to leave early and she was off doing her Christmas shopping. But Amy, Unsolved with Amy Boston, was up with us, and Kresha was there as well. And I started mentioning the email that Kresha had sent me. During a live crush the other day about Megan, and everybody is very interested in doing some conversation on Megan and her problematic behavior, because you had sent me an email regarding some of the issues with Megan, right?
Yeah. Yes. I now have questions about everybody. I question I mean, I have to now because I'm looking back and I'm going, "Oh my God, it was way worse than I thought. It's this. Now I know this, but holy crap." Just like Jay playing that and you just playing that part about the kids' memorial. I didn't see Lauren's live, lunch live during my family's thing. Anyway, so yes, Megan, I question her because of her alliance. Her basically saying that me and mom are wrong. And I'm like, what? She told me that, but God, I dare to tell me that to my face. I'm just saying, like, that's she's got it all wrong. And I look, I'm not one to stand on who's right, who's wrong. But this time, when I do, I mean, when I know I'm right and I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing, then I'm gonna double down on it. I'm gonna stand my ground.
Well, she's standing 10 toes down on supporting Lauren for some reason. So,
And I have to say this. Maybe you can visit it. Maybe somebody will. I know, like, I can't directly, or I'm not going to directly be able to analyze any of Lauren's footage. And I'm kind of leery about Megan, and I'm kind of leery about web sleuths. So I'm having to like do it secondhand, like, that way I don't get struck every 10 seconds. So, which is a different process for me because I've not had to deal with that with, people close to Lori and Chad this whole time. So I'm having to kind of be strategic about it. But if y'all can, community, everybody here, we need to dig into a recent Web Sleuth episode that had Megan on. And it was like it was basically like reintroducing her to the true crime community. And like Trisha, who me with the mind, right? We can't find our way out of the wet paper bag because lose the train of thought. But anyways, I have a reason, but I don't know what hers is. But you don't think of Trisha actually leading
an interview or the discussion or whatever. So when she did it with Grayson, when Trisha did that with Grayson, it was weird, right? You're just like,
Very
okay,
weird.
oh, you're not speaking for hidden true crime though, right? Right? You know, that kind of.
That was really annoying when Trisha kept going on about Grayson and kept saying, you're not speaking for hidden true crime. Of course she is. She's up there speaking directly for hidden true crime, Trisha. So stop saying that. Anyway, that was the first time she mentioned her. And then she mentioned her again here. What was that? Hold on. 124:18.
So 8.4 hours. It was fascinating.
I want
And
my
the more
paycheck.
I watched, I was like, yeah, I want my time back, Laura Matthias.
Yeah. Yeah, pay us a millionaire.
Plus overtime.
I don't feel sorry for her. I just don't.
I mentioned to my during a live, we've already looked at that part, sorry. And then she mentioned, then we went into a discussion and we talked about Joe Schmo and Megan being friends, and Crusha said that, and I won't play that for you, but it's all in this live, and I'll put the live down in the show notes if you want to take a look at it. But then Crusha says Megan came out of nowhere and notes that Megan became BFFs with CrimeCon people. And then there was an explicit comparison between Megan and an authentic research and Megan versus narrative shaping. And then there was a pattern-based criticism. It wasn't really emotional, but we talked about that in the live as well, which those were things that I've been wanting to talk about Megan and have talked about her here and there. And so now here we are full on talking about Megan and our eye raise. And so it's good to see that we're not the only one that has like these questions about her. Hold on, I got to fix says my browser connection was lost. Hold on a second, you guys. I got to reshare my screen. What do you guys think about all of this so far? Have you guys been wondering about Megan as well? I've been fighting with the troll in the comments of a video. Oh no. Are you you guys need to be careful. Is it a troll or is it a bot? Because they are sending bots out. So and you're basically just fighting with AI. So you're, yeah, like fighting is just, what kind of fighting is it? Hi there. Hi, Oscar's wife. I sure hope Kay's message is also being emailed to Nate, Duty Ron, Mormon Stories, etc. Me too. I wonder if we all need to bombard their comment section at once. Do they know? Like, I'm sure they must know by now, right? I just really don't know how, if somebody I worked with pretty extensively on cases was going through this, I think I would pay attention to it. I would follow it. But I don't know. I'm a nosy beast. So, she is an employee of HTC, so she represents them, in my opinion. Yes, I guess, Kaylee, that's what I'm saying. Is she an employee? Is she another employee? Because it just seems so strange to me. Or also, Megan seems, and this is just my opinion, strikes me as somebody that's will take care of herself first, which is everybody should take care of yourself first. But she strikes me as a person that would not have a problem doing that. So, like, if it came push comes to shove, I think Megan would pick herself over hidden true crime. And I think what we're doing here is bringing more views to her channel. And I mean, I don't know. I hope it's not helping her, but I think it could be. it could, because we're just like, for the longest time in the Gypsy Rose case, the narrative was the people that were against narrative, or gosh, ugh, against Gypsy Rose was like, this is why I had to go into speech therapy, you guys, because sometimes it gets really bad. But this is just a flare. So anybody that goes against Gypsy Rose Blanchard are just mean girls, right? We're just like mean people, and we're just like unforgiving, mean people. And then the more it comes out, it's like, oh shit, she is like crazy, and maybe she shouldn't be out, So I think maybe it's a little bit of that happening too. Like people, Duty Ron and other people are like, well, they're just mean girls, they're just jelly. They're just high school, whatever. And they don't see it for the danger that it really is. Or I don't know. My brain is always trying to make sense of a situation and try to figure out why people are doing the things that they're doing, so that it can ease my burden on why they're doing it, right? So I don't know. So other people were talking about her, and we covered this on Reddit. This was 10 days ago. We did look at it. It says, oh no, my gut feeling about Megan Connor have been spot on all along. And this is where it came out what Summer was saying about Megan. The things she said that happened on those trips. This was a text from this is a clip from a text from Summer, which is Lori Vallow's sister. The things she said that happened on those trips happened none. She has been making up BS lies her whole life, including but not limited to her mom had a baby die. She had leukemia. She was addicted to ice and used to sneak out of the house at night to go to rehab so her parents wouldn't know, and plenty of others until the Me Too movement. And all of a sudden she remembered that she was an ex-trafficked for 7 years. Even every bandwagon that has passed in 30 plus years, she has been a victim on it. She is a very troubled person, possibly as troubled as Lori. And that's what worries me. That frightens me, but in a different way. As Lori has empathy growing up, Megan never did. And she did go to therapy, which I highly doubt. She did it to give herself credibility and learn the therapeutic vernacular to win people over. And I've always said that about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. A little bit of therapy for Gypsy has just made her a psychopath that is educated. And I'm not comparing Megan to Gypsy Rose, but I'm just saying these are the things that I've said that kind of remind me of this situation. I don't know Megan, but I mean, the fact that she continues to blindly follow Lauren, and not only that, but gaslight the narrative and twist it, really makes me worry for the, I don't know what, we call hidden gems. I don't know what her tribe is called, but I worry for the Megan tribe. I do. The key words I put in were Megan Connor barely knew Lori, and I did this over on Reddit. And you can see I did it over on Google, and I got the mainstream narrative, and I'm getting like the underground narrative, if you will. People were saying, can someone please remind me what Megan Connor, the pathological liar, has to offer that's worth $3,000? So this is from her, this is a home front revolution custom package for total home and habit makeover. She has a personalized let me make sure this is up on the screen. Yeah, okay. Personalized, comprehensive approach to life transformation, in-person detailed planning and hands-on organization and efficiency evaluation, customized for your unique goals and plans. So it's starting at $3,000. What on earth would she be giving for $3,000? I mean, so I have a real problem with the self-help space in the United States, especially life coaching, because it's unregulated. There are no regulations. And there's so many horror stories. Like, I know CC Suarez covers MLM scams. I would love her to cover life coaching scams, because that is a real issue. And I'm not saying she's a scam. I don't know anything about Megan, but I'm just saying that in the United States, it's completely unregulated. And yeah. Haven't heard Duty Ron since he defended LM. I heard that he is going through some cancer treatment. So I think he's a little preoccupied right now. You're going to say it? It's a scam? I wouldn't pay Megan $5. Not even $5. I might give her $5 to water my plants if she was doing something for me, maybe. Can you imagine listening to Megan to inspire you in life? No, I absolutely cannot. I find her very dry. But, you know, some people find me too sarcastic and too whatever. So there's everybody out there for somebody, right? So, but I find her very dry. She makes me fall asleep. She makes me fall asleep. I need upbeat tones to be motivated. I don't know. I would like to talk to somebody, though. If you paid Megan, I almost said Megan again. Gosh, why can't I do Megan? Megan. Megan's so much more fun to say anyway, Amy. It's fun. Say Megan. Who would pay Megan $3,000 to have someone talk down to them? Yeah, that's another thing. She really does talk down to people. You like my sarcasm? Thank you. Sometimes it's a little too sarcastic. I have to temper it. I highly recommend. Oh, we're going to look at Dreadful Penny today. I want to look at her because she's been doing a really great job. There's some content creators that just aren't getting mentioned, and I want to mention them. Her name is Megan, not necessarily Megan. She's just weird. I would like to know, like, from somebody like Summer or somebody that grew up with her, was her name always Megan? Or is this one of those deals where she decided to change it herself, which is fine. We all should be called what we want to be called. Like, yeah, I wouldn't want someone to call me Amy, right? But wouldn't that be funny if I came out suddenly and I'm like, okay, today my name is spelled AMY, but you will call me Amy. So, Amy. It's just weird. But I'm really bad at it. I even dated a guy where his name was like spelled one way, but he said it another way. And I just like said it how it was spelled. My speech therapist teacher or therapist, she wasn't a teacher. My speech therapist said that she called it something. I forget what it's called, but there's a reason why I do it. It's not just that I'm lazy, but I think it's partly because I'm lazy. I'm sorry I can't listen to Penny. I like her, but I can't. She stops every 3 words and I can't handle she really loud lip smacking. Oh, geez. I hope not. I've listened to her a little bit and I didn't notice that, and we also speed it up a little bit, so maybe it won't be noticeable for you when we speed it up. You can call me Sharon. I mean, like I said, there's various people out there for everybody. And just because you don't like them doesn't mean that another person might not like them. And, you know, it's just like a whatever. I don't think everybody should necessarily like everybody. I mean, I just don't think it's possible. And also, I don't know, I mentioned growing up, I had like 3 best friends and none of them liked each other. So I'm used to, like, I don't care if people don't like each other. I'm going to like who I like, right? I think having that situation growing up has really helped me, where like I don't let other people's, like, if they don't like somebody, it's like, oh, okay. I might ask why you don't like them, and like the lip smacking, if that's true, that's going to be hard for me. But yeah. So over here on Reddit, after listening to Megan yesterday talk about all this supposedly stuff because she hasn't seen the receipts when it comes to what Lauren has said about Kresha and Kay. Therefore, she doesn't know if it is true. We have all heard Megan talk about her experiences with her dumb cousin Lori. We are just supposed to take her word for it because I haven't seen any receipts. Why should we take her word for it? What makes her more credible than Kay and Kresha? I think we really need to ask ourselves that. The receipts of what Lauren said about Kresha was shown by Kresha. So, Megan, I have an honest question. Where are your receipts with what happened with you and Lori because of your cousin? Summer's account and even Adam's account is it didn't happen the way you said it did. It's 2-1. Do I believe Summer when she said you snuck out at night to go to rehab? No. But the other stuff is very plausible. Why should someone take your word where there are no receipts versus Kay and Kresha where there are receipts? What makes you more believable? What do you think makes Megan think she's more credible? Is it just the way she is? Because some people always think they're the smartest people in the room. I'm so grateful that I don't think that. Allegedly Innocent did a good job breaking down Megan's video. I like Penny. I just can't watch her video. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to worry about it. Like, it's okay. Like I said, everybody, you know, there's people I don't like too. So that I can't watch because they do, like, I have a thing with mouths, so I'm a little worried about it. But when we get there, we'll decide. We'll decide together. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. One of my favorite content creators is Everyday with Jay. I don't want to go to Megan's channel and watch her video. I like to go to other content creators' channel and watch their videos. Plus, it helps me get, you know, I like a wide variety of opinions, and it helps me do that. So the two channels that we're going to be looking at today is Everyday with Jay, and then we have Dreadful Penny that I want to look at. There were a few other things that I wanted to look at too. I wanted to, if we have time, there was a new content creator that I thought was very interesting. This unfiltered doll reactions. Did Lauren Matthias play dirty behind the scenes for her own gain? But this is more on Lauren. If we don't get to this today, we'll probably do it tomorrow or something. But before we get into all that, I want to show you something new for your listening pleasure. I was so excited to see this. Olip has a new video, a new musical out, HTC Police Body Cam. We love Olip and we love her, I don't know if it's a man or a woman. We love their musical take on things. They take Hidden True Crime's own words, or the own words in the situation, and they put it to music. So here is their new music presentation. It is HTC Police Body Cam, the musical.
It's a little bit longer than I expected, so I'm hoping my sergeant's going to understand.
Yeah, I don't mean to just be like sitting here. I'm just like so emotionally exhausted. And
Oh, I'm sure you are. I'm not discounting that at all.
yeah,
I'm
no.
sure you got many, many concerns, and the problem with that is here.
You mind taking some advice? You're gonna have to find a quiet space, a little meditation, go to the gym, whatever it is, whatever gets that stress off. a good walk, a good swim, whatever that is. You need to exercise and just sweat that stuff out. Meditate and say some prayers if you're religious, and be like it is what it is. Because there's a lot of crummy people out there that are horrible to other people, whether it's child against a parent,
Sure.
parent against a child,
Sure.
saying ugly things, saying many ugly things, which is despicable, but it's not against the law.
Sure.
I'm not saying it's not gonna hurt if it happens, but you're not gonna be able to control whether it happens or not. So you're trying to control what you don't know may or may not happen.
And that's what's chewing you up right now. You're stressing out so much about what if, and you don't know if at all. So all you can do is be prepared for the what if, whether it's a crisis management person or PR person or whatever the case may be. I don't know what their titles are nowadays, but yeah, you could sit here and what if for every minute of the day, every hour of the day, and it's just going to
cheer you up, cheer you up, cheer you up. You're gonna lose sleep and all that kind of stuff.
Find a quiet place.
Put on some good old 80s music or something and jam out. Or Backstreet Boys or whatever it is. You know your jam was back in the day. Just go dancing in private or public, doesn't matter. Just blow off some steam. Meditate and say some prayers if you're religious, and be like it is what it is. Because there's a lot of crummy people out there that are horrible to other people, whether it's child against a parent, parent against a child, saying ugly things, saying many ugly things, which is despicable, but it's not against the law.
Go to these one of these destruction rooms downtown where you get take a sledgehammer to a TV or something.
Say a prayer, meditate, and then go destruct. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, you can thank me later.
Yeah. Sure. Sure means no. Sure means no in Lauren speak. So it is what it is. Okay, let's get into it. Let's see what I'm going to pop it forward. We don't show everything in its entirety. I'll stop and start things. We do this for fair play use, but everything goes over in the YouTube show notes.
I was excited. I don't know if anybody else was excited. I think Felicia was excited. I want to give a shout out to Felicia. This is what mine turned out to be. I didn't see all of it. Good morning, Miss Penny. Happy New Year. I know we got our soundboard working. Hey, Crimology, how are you feeling? There's a lot of people sick.
There are a lot of people sick.
If I'm forgetting anyone,
I'm trying to get it to the start of it.
New sub here came over because Megan gets on my. There's no reason to bring it up. It only has.
Okay, there.
And family member case. Now, completely separate from the stalking case, we have interactions between Lauren Matthias and family members and victims involved in the Lori Vallow Daybell case, Kay Woodcock and Cresha Easton. There have been vague references to Lauren Matthias referring to Kay and Larry in disparaging terms, but I have not seen any receipts of that actually happening.
Do whatever you want.
Excuse me?
Do it.
Kay said it happened. So you saying that it's a lie?
There are allegations that Lauren
I was just warning you that some of them are bots and that you kind of have to weigh it. Like if it seems kind of weird, like kind of too kiss-assy. And I also will look at the page to see when it was created, where it's coming from, and weigh if I wanna say anything.
Cresha Easton, quote, despicable and, quote, unable to comprehend things. And there are
allegations. You didn't see the text? Are you like blind? Are you like Jameson? Whatever his name
I
is?
can usually
allegations
tell.
that Lauren criticized other
I can usually tell it's a bot if it's just newly created, or if it doesn't have much engagement, or if it's saying like really weird kiss-assy stuff. I mean, then I just assume it's a bot. But yeah, if it looks like somebody you can get through to, that's the people that I reply to. But if it just, and if it's the same person saying the same thing over and over again, it's like, why am I going to beat my head against a wall? I just have come to the conclusion that some people will never get beyond a certain threshold. They're just like, for whatever reason, they're in the matrix, for lack of a better word, and they can't get above a certain threshold. And you're just like giving them your energy, because they have also become energy vampires, and they feed off of your negativity. Like if you give them positivity, blah, blah, they don't want that. They want your negativity, right? So I don't like give out that energy. I try to protect it. Some people still get it because, I'm a human being. But I've just come to the realization that I really believe everything's about energy, and there's people have been trained to be energy vampires, and I also believe that there's demons walking among us, and they're just sucking our energy. So and I just really weigh out, because also I think it's because I have autoimmunes, and I think that's how I got autoimmunes. I just busted out my energy to whoever, like I was outraged with everybody, right? And that was just energy that I was giving away for free. So I don't do that anymore. But if and I don't look down on you if you because we all have to pick our battles, right? We have to decide what means something to us. So there's no judgment either. So don't think that either.
Individuals connected to the case. Cresha Easton, who is Kay Woodcock's daughter, responded with a video along the lines of my experience with hidden true crime, the voice Lauren does not want you to hear, detailing her side and showing additional context. Now, I want to also point out that initially, Cresha seemed supportive of Lauren's live, going into the chat and having kind comments for her.
Last time I'll stop it here, but in on this subject, but my energy is my liquid gold at this point, because I have so little of it, because my autoimmunes zap it. So I'm constantly protecting it, constantly walking away from arguments, because those are really they're energy zappers, and they're just pointless and meaningless, and like it doesn't make my life better. And when I was in my deepest, darkest moments, and I say you, and I don't mean you, and I'm saying you in general, you weren't there to help me out. You didn't, you stepped right over me. So why do I care what you think, right? That has been like the worst thing that has ever happened to me, but it's been the most liberating and freeing thing that's ever happened to me. Like, right? I don't care. I don't care. You weren't there. You didn't care. Well, like when I was suffering and when things were bad, and I swear, when I was down there, God was there with me, and he talked to me, and he got me out of it. But in it, I had to wake up. I had to wake up. And I really feel like I'm awake. And I think there's a lot of us waking up to it, but there's just some of us that won't be able to wake up to it. And they'll be out there still, because it's Earth. We're all here trying to do something. And yeah, whether it's good or bad.
But apparently changed her tune after other people started to push back on it.
Really? Is that how you see it? Is that how you see it?
Okay, I got to go back because I didn't hear what she said.
Yeah, there's something up with that change.org. I wouldn't sign it. If you don't want them to have your info, I wouldn't sign it.
This year, calling for an investigation into whether Matthias filed a, quote, false police report.
Right.
But that petition was withdrawn after media scrutiny. Multiple discussions have emerged on Reddit threads and YouTube channels.
She's there with the same narrative that they withdrew this after media scrutiny. But how Megan, how is it, Megan, that they are suddenly safe? I really would like to know how suddenly Lauren Matthias, who was in such danger, how is she suddenly safe? Welcome to the Dragonflies, boss lady. I missed that, by the way. Thank you for joining the Dragonfly. The Dragonfly is our membership program that we have over on YouTube. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, but thank you so much.
Channels focused on ethics in the true crime community, with some viewing this as mutual online drama. Now, even though the judge ruled that the injunction was to be kept in place with modifications after the initial hearing, the case is now closed since Matthias withdrew and ultimately no permanent order was issued. Hidden True Crime continues active production with recent episodes covering cases like the Rob and Michelle Reiner murders and others. Now, completely separate from the stalking case, we have interactions between Lauren Matthias and family members' case. Now, completely separate from the stalking case, we have interactions between Lauren Matthias and family members and victims involved in the Lori Vallow Daybell case, Kay Woodcock and Cresha Easton. There have been vague references to Lauren Matthias referring to Kay and Larry in disparaging terms, but I have not seen any receipts of that actually happening.
Excuse me? Kay said it happened. So you say...
So Kay's a liar now. Okay, guys, did you know that Kay Woodcock's a liar now? She's a liar, according to Megan.
And that it's a lie?
There are allegations that Lauren called Cresha Easton, quote, despicable and, quote, unable to comprehend things. And there are
allegations. You didn't see the text? Are you like...
I did notice that big cut. Would like to know what was in the cut.
Blind? Are you like Jameson? Whatever his name is?
Allegations that Lauren criticized other individuals connected to the case. Cresha Easton, who is Kay Woodcock's daughter, responded with a video along the lines of my experience with Hidden True Crime, the voice Lauren does not want you to hear, detailing her side and showing additional context. Now, I want to also point out that initially, Cresha seemed supportive of Lauren's live, going into the chat and having kind comments for her, but apparently changed her tune after other people started to push back on it.
Really? Is that how you see it? Is that how you see it? Cresha only changed her mind when other people tried to push back on it. Look how smug she is.
She's very smug. It's disgusting.
Spill the crime. Thank you for your super chat. She says, Jay, why is she reading like she's reporting on a crime?
Look at her face right here. But her face doesn't look like it normally does. It is looking a little stressed a little bit. Just a smidge on the stressed.
And keep calling Lauren by her last name when she knows her. Right. Why is she reading this like a freaking article?
That's why I think maybe she's using Lauren to get ahead, to get out into, so that she's the one chosen to go on Banfield and News Nation and, you know, Mormon stories. And like, she's trying to come off more professional, I think.
Megan, you have a lot to explain for.
Yeah, she does.
True crime and other stuff. We made these last night. We did tinfoil hat making.
Oh, that could be.
Right. People woke up. People.
I clicked off of it, but someone said someone wrote it for her. This could be a Grayson special. Maybe. Maybe Annie Elise wrote it at one point. Read it. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Sat on the information. Watch it. I mean, oh, I can't stand her.
I can't either.
Kay Woodcock appeared in this video, and she stated that she distanced herself from Matthias months earlier after learning of derogatory comments about a family member, calling someone stupid. She kept it private initially, and she continued to refer to Lauren positively in general terms until Cresha reminded her during the live that Kay had referred to feeling, quote, exploited by Hidden True Crime.
So they're blaming Cresha.
Oh, so now
listen to this.
Cresha's fault again.
She kept it private initially and continued to refer to it in general terms until Cresha reminded her. No, I'm not double deckering it right now, but I can. Cresha reminded her. So it's all Cresha's fault because Cresha brought it up to Kay and said, oh, don't forget you said you felt exploited. Fuck you, Megan. You are low. You know, for someone whose cousins being murderers.
Especially, oh shit. Ugh, sorry. Especially since the fact that
so it's all Cresha's fault because
the fact, oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, Crusha lost Jamie, or JJ, and Tylee, and all of these people too. And you're gonna stand up for hidden true crime and not stand for victims of the same so-called victimization that you went through. Why? Why?
Crusha brought it up to Kay and said, "Oh, don't forget you said you felt exploited." Fuck you, Megan. You are low, low, low. You know, for someone whose cousins being murderers, you sure aren't very humble.
Yeah, I see it.
You're showing us that the nasty, dirty apple doesn't fall far from the cock's tree.
She is.
Ugh.
We love
You know what I'm
Kay,
saying? Like,
and
she's nasty.
we love Kay, Crusha, and I just can't believe that she wouldn't stand with the family. She's standing with hidden true crime, who it has been proven. And I mean, it's not even, it's Lauren herself has said she's doing this stuff. Ugh.
Who are you to come on this platform and be nasty? Who died and made you fucking God, the creator, Megan? Nobody. Nobody. So take a seat. You're the family of the perpetrators. Take this off. The family of the perpetrator has the audacity to come on here and ridicule the family that was the victims.
Exactly.
That is so gross. You're gross. You're about as gross as they come. And this is why you've been pushed off onto Web Sleuths.
Everybody likes me, everybody hates me, they want me to go eat some worms.
And now you call yourself a life coach? You're
I wonder if she will get invited back to Banfield or onto News Nation or Court TV or any of that. In doing the research, I saw I did Court TV, and Lori Daybell's cousin talks to Court TV. I mean, she was platformed so much and so often during this that maybe Megan got a big head. I don't know.
More of this case, Lori Vallow, Daybell's cousin, Megan Connor, is with us, joining us via phone. Megan, thank you so much for being with us today.
Yes, thanks for having me again.
I know you have been in the courtroom throughout this case. What is your reaction to the verdict, Megan?
Well, I'm definitely grateful. More than anything else, I'm grateful to the jury, and I'm very happy that justice is finally served for Charles. And I'm thinking of Colby and the Vallow family today. And
are you thinking of the Vallow family, but not Kay and not Larry and not Crusha, not them, but the Vallow family? What?
I'm just really grateful that justice is served.
In listening to Lori, when she gave her opening statement as well as her closing, and also was doing the cross-examination of all the witnesses, what were you thinking as you were sitting inside? I know that we have talked before outside the courtroom, and it comes across to people who really don't know Lori as maybe just her head is in the clouds, and she may not even, be realizing exactly what's taking place. And then it seems to be there's this belief, according to some, that she really is extremely manipulative.
Yes, Megan, tell us what Lori's thinking, because you're such an expert at us. Let's hear what Lori's thinking, a la Megan.
Just the way that she comes across. What do you think? What did you think as you were watching?
Well, it's infuriating to see Lori in the courtroom, looking as though she has not a care in the world, flipping her hair, smiling at people, happy with her street clothes, knowing what she's done, what she's been convicted of. And there seems to be absolutely zero recognition from her of any sort of remorse whatsoever, or any recognition about what she's done to her victims. And that's infuriating to me. So I'm sure that, she's annoying. She comes off as arrogant and smug. And I know to a lot of people, her voice is triggering, especially, Kay just talked in the press conference about her baby voice. And of course, that's, annoying to everyone. to me, it feels a little bit like vindication, because when I first started speaking up as a family member, this is what I said at the beginning during her first trial, that she has one persona in public and she is quite another thing in private. And I think we've seen that play out in the courtroom. And we've learned, the public has learned at this point, how manipulative Lori is and how she doesn't really care about anything but what she wants. And that's her only goal.
Isn't it interesting, though, that we get that from Summer, Lori's sister, that Megan, like that pretty much sums up what Megan is doing? Interesting to me.
You're mean and nasty. Ew.
To Lauren positively in general terms, until Kresha reminded her during the live that Kay had referred to feeling, quote, exploited by hidden true crime. I want to pause here because I wonder.
You're talking about a mother and a daughter. You're not talking about just two YouTubers, bitch. You are talking about a mom and a daughter on a panel together talking about something. Even if Kresha did fucking remind her she felt exploited. Who cares? Why does that matter? What is it to you? So you mean to tell me that you and Lauren and all these cunts think that you're going to dictate what Kresha and her mother discuss about a case that they were victimized in? No. And you call yourself a life coach? Dude, you can't even life coach your own life. What are you reading? Did you read?
Dang, she's on fire, but she used the C word. I'm not really a fan of that word.
It first? Are you comprehending it? Weird.
If any of the family members in this case also felt exploited by
Fire!
Justin Lum or Nate Eaton or Court TV.
Oh, so now we're going to bring up all the reporters. Oh, did they feel, oh, you are such a bitch. This is such from Lauren. Bring up all these reporters in Court TV.
2020 or Dateline or Law and Crime or Nancy Grace or any of the other hundreds of channels that covered and profited from coverage.
Who cares? They can critique whoever they want. Maybe they didn't have a problem with Law and Crime. Maybe they didn't have a problem with fucking Court TV. Maybe they didn't have a problem with Justin Lum.
Well, and maybe these people didn't come out accusing someone of stalking them in a 9.5-hour live, and perhaps they didn't give us any reason to question their reporting style in that matter. And maybe they didn't ask for a mother of 4 to be arrested, tethered, and put it in an FBI jail. Maybe they didn't do all that.
They had a problem with Lauren Matthias, and why you're standing 10 toes down is beyond me. Wake the fuck up. Don't hire this lady to direct you.
I really am trying to figure out why she's standing 10 toes down, because it's got to be money, or she's just like Lori. It's one or the other or both, because two things can be the same at the same time. But with all this information coming out, she's going to stand with, sorry, I'm getting mad. With hidden true crime opposed to actual victims.
Life. It will not go well.
Wake up.
Both.
Stop it.
Covering their family's case. Kay went on to say that she was particularly upset after Matthias compared her personal harassment situation to the murders of her brother Charles Vallow and Tylee Ryan, and even unrelated victim Charlie Kirk, finding it deeply offensive to equate online criticism with actual ignored pleas that led to deaths. I want to point out here that I personally didn't think Lauren was directly comparing herself to murder victims, but referring generally to trying to get help and not being heard or understood. But victims and family members are allowed to feel differently than those of us on the outside rings.
Well, are they?
During Kresha and Kay's...
That's so sweet.
That's how you sum that up? Victims and family members are allowed to feel differently than those of us on the outside rings. So did you just admit that you're on the outside ring? Hey, Into the Weeds, good to see you. So did she just say she's on the outside rings? Or are you reading because Lauren's on the outside rings? Who are you talking to, and what are you reading? Aren't you a family member?
Did she write this? I wonder if who wrote this?
The way she's reading this is not like it's coming from her.
No, who wrote it? Is it Grayson or is it Lauren? Or is it Grayson and Lauren and Megan? They put their 3 little heads together and wrote this, maybe.
Snazzy. Happy New Year.
Too.
Jay, it is
their little dog John too.
As if she's doing Lori's work by blaming and publicly shaming Kay and Kresha, family of the children who were murdered by her cousin. This is shameful. I agree.
But is this 5 hours long? Because Jay's
Listen to that
live
again.
went 5 hours long. It can't be. Hold on, I gotta refresh it. I hate this new way, or I'm not gonna bitch about it. I'm bitching about too much. Let me just refresh it.
So did she just say she's on the outside
Let me see. Is it really? Won't let me look.
rings? Or are you reading because Lauren's on the outside rings? Who are you talking to, and what are you reading? Aren't you a family member? The way she's reading this is not like it's coming from her. Snazzy. Happy New Year. Jay, it is as if she's doing Lori's work by blaming and publicly shaming Kay and Kresha, family of the children who were murdered by her cousin. This is shameful. I agree. Listen to that again.
Comparing herself to murder victims, but referring generally to trying to get help and not being heard or understood. But victims and family members are allowed to feel differently than those of us on the outside rings.
That's so nice of her.
Where do you sit? Are you on the outside ring? Are you on the inside ring? Because whoever wrote this is on the outside ring, bitch. You're a family member. You don't even realize you're a fucking puppet. Can we get a sock puppet? She's just a sock puppet. That's all you are.
Hey, you need a sock puppet with a tinfoil hat on it, please. Please get that for us.
You're a mouthpiece. How do you like being used?
And we'll call
you
it.
turn on the very people that are good people.
Vegan.
You're still trash talking them, reading a script. You don't even know what you're reading. You're not even processing what you're reading. Those of us on the outside rings. Bitch, you're a family member. Did you not comprehend what you just read?
You're Lori's cousin. She was in your wedding. ChatGPT says so. Or not ChatGPT, whatever Google uses. Google said. They said. Right here. Megan Connor is Lori Vallow Daybell's first cousin. The idea that she barely knew Lori Vallow appears to be a misconception, Megan. As Connor has spoken publicly and in interviews about growing up with Vallow. So you said so, Megan. You didn't give us receipts, but you said so. We're supposed to take your word for it. Now what are we supposed to think, Megan?
Dumbass. She's dumb. Oh my gosh.
He's like this little pussy.
Listen to that again. She's so dumb, dude.
They didn't think Lauren was directly comparing herself to murder victims, but referring generally to trying to get help and not being heard or understood. But victims and families
not being heard or understood. Who says that all the time? Whose line is that? She said, I want you to hear me. I'm misunderstood. I don't know what listens. This is totally Lauren.
Family members are allowed to feel differently than those of us on the outside rings. During Kresha and Kay's discussion, Kresha played a video in the background that was created by Hidden True Crime. She played it without comment.
Okay, can we?
You think Megan's a nice girl after seeing this video? I just don't know what to say to it. Like that, this is like the whole beat your head on the wall type thing. I'm just not going to do it.
Bitch, can we say what the video was? It was all of Kresha's family being videoed in Lauren's house. It was her family pictures. It was pictures of JJ in the NICU. Let's throw that in there, Megan.
Commentary on the particular video and was not presenting it for educational purposes. So the use of the video did not.
Remember the 100th monkey theory, you guys, the 100th monkey theory.
Fall under YouTube's fair use guide.
Fuck you. Fuck you. YouTube does not recognize fair use if it's fair use or not. They allow you to file a fucking copyright claim. The courts are the only ones, Megan, who can decide. Do you research anything? You're horrible. You're a puppet. Okay? It's not YouTube's fair use. It's the United States fair use. Okay? The
United States is way better at, like you can say more things in the United States than you can in other countries because we do have this thing called freedom of speech, Megan. Even though you don't want us to say it, we can still say it.
What do you call that? The fair use doctrine. I don't know if it's doctrine, but you know what I'm saying. She wasn't using it for educational purposes only. Bullshit. And who interpreted that? Only a judge can interpret that, Megan. So whose interpretation is that? Because I think a lot of people learned a lot of things. Huh. If I was Kay and Kresha, you know what I would do?
What?
I would take every video that had my image in it and I would file privacy complaints. And I would make them edit my image out of every fucking video on their channel.
You know, these are the ways that if you want to take matters into your own hands and do what they're doing, this would be a way to do it.
Every lunch live, every short, every video, every live stream, I would say, I want my image. I would go through each and every one, and I would enjoy doing it. I would enjoy each video, putting in all those timestamps for YouTube to make them either go back and remove my image, or YouTube will take the whole motherfucker down. And there, you're not taking her down. You're saying
That's what happened to me on that recent strike that I got. I either have to remove the images, which is basically the whole effing thing, or take it down. And yeah. And it would also, even if they didn't get all of the wins, it would take a lot of their time up to have to do that kind of stuff. Like, I think about all the heavy moderation that they have to go through their lives, and so they're just not doing the lives. Like, I saw people in the lives commenting like, we missed your lives, and I'm like, they couldn't possibly do the lives like they used to. They couldn't get through that heavy moderation time after time. It's exhausting. Like exhausting. So yeah, that would be an exhausting process for them.
My image out. Edit your shit. If you don't edit it, YouTube will take it down for me. You have a choice. Why should she continue to make money on her old videos when she's striking Kresha for playing it with no?
Did Megan cover the update on the Vallow case? Did she at least cover it? Because I know Hidden True Crime didn't, but did she go in and cover it? Why was Joseph Smith arrested? Chad Daybell desperate. Brian Walsh. When did the recent Lori Vallow thing come out? Well, it was less than a month ago. Did she do it in a live? Was it more than 3 weeks ago? Was it more than a month ago? I thought it was just like 2 weeks ago. She hasn't covered the update on the Lori Vallow? Why isn't she covered? Am I missing it? Like I said, I can open up the refrigerator, it'd be right in front of my face, and I don't see it. Same with clothes. Well, anyway, I don't see it. It seems like I should be able to see it quickly. Seems like if this is Lori Vallow's first cousin, Chase, Joseph, Daybell, Brian, LDS, Brian, Walsh. I just don't see it. But maybe it was a month ago. Let's see if it was longer than a month ago. No, because here we've got the Hidden True Crime. Why is she not covering? Wait, no, I don't know. I don't see it. I think it's very strange. Very strange indeed. Hold on, I've got to reshare my screen. It says it lost my internet connection. Some days I lose internet constantly. I don't know what's going on. I really hope I can move soon. I'm putting out there that I really need to find a new place. This one has been wonderful, but it's time. Okay, there.
Do is take your time, one video at a time. If the name is there, if their voice is there, if their image is there, boom. And if they don't edit it, YouTube will take it down for you.
Krusha is clearing it up, and she said, my mom was struggling with the proper term, and I unmuted myself and offered exploited, and mom said she never liked the word and didn't feel, I remember this, and she didn't feel she had been at that time, but has since processed it more and more, and agrees she was exploited by HTC, Lauren, and John. So there it is. But I do remember Kay saying that she didn't feel that way. Or did I say Kay? Oh gosh, I'm sorry, I'm mixing up names. Kay said that, and I think it's Happy New Year, Krusha. I think it's crazy that she's now questioning Kay too. Like, and Kay brings the receipts, and Krusha brings the receipts. But where are your receipts, Megan? Megan? Shit, Megan. I'm really trying not to call her Megan. I'm so sorry. I think saying the right name of a person is important. I don't know why I keep doing it, so I really am sorry. But I'm not going to apologize for it again. I'm just like, if I do it, I'm just going to correct myself, because I also think it's annoying when someone just sits there and apologizes and then keeps doing it. So just know I'm trying to correct it. Where's the value?
Yep, take me out of your videos. I don't want to be represented by you any longer. I want my image out of your videos. I want the pictures of my grandson out of your videos. You manipulated me. You used me. I feel exploited by you, and I want them removed. I mean, you could actually send a letter first and say, hey, this is what I want. Cease and desist. Using my family's images, voices, their likeness, any of it. That would mean thumbnails would have to come down. Absolutely,
Yeah.
they can do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's your privacy.
And like I'm saying, even if it doesn't go through, it would be so much freaking work for them. So much work, because they've used your guys' images and so much.
You feel like your privacy on YouTube is being invaded, you can file a privacy complaint. What do you mean? Don't show your hand, but reputa, it doesn't really matter. It would take so much time for them to get in front of this. They couldn't possibly. They have so many videos with Kay or Larry.
And they're still getting repeat views on these videos. So they're still, like, as long as a video is up, it will earn money. Like there is one video of a short that I did like 3 or 4 years ago, and it is still my highest earning short. Like every month I earn money off of it. And it's like, just like the worst video ever. Well, it's not like worse. It's like edited. It's not very good editing at all. So, but I leave it up because it's a moneymaker, and it's, it's on the Chris Watts case. But yeah.
The lunch lives sitting there. I would get on that. She exploited me. I don't want that up on the internet anymore.
Welcome back.
You have a right to do that. So, and you don't need a lawyer to do it. You really don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially when people come with these degrees and these titles. And I've said it before, we don't want to believe that our professionals would do this. But I mean, professionals are just people too. We have to remember that. So I'm sorry that they duped you in this way. And I said in the beginning, like, they're going to have you on their ass, I think, for the rest of their life, which, I mean, shouldn't have said what you said, but you created what you created, and you get what you get. So, and they're still incapable of just saying they're wrong. And I can only assume that they wrote this for Megan. And yeah, wow.
So the use of the video did not fall under YouTube's fair use guidelines. As a result,
I'd put it right back in her fucking lap. I'd be like, bitch, you want to try to copyright me on my stuff because you didn't like what we were saying on my own family? Here, bitch, take me out of every motherfucking video you have. That's what I would do. And you don't have to copyright, and you don't have to be, vindictive. You just say, take my fucking shit out of your video. I don't want to be in there.
Yeah.
Period. You have the right to change your mind.
It's not taking down the whole channel. I think also if you don't take it out, then the money will go to the claimant. So like there's also situations where, like what I'm dealing with, if I don't take it out, I think the money that it earns will go to the claimant, which I mean, this video that I have, it's not making any money anyway, but they make quite a bit of money. So like, I don't know. I would look into it myself, but that's just me.
Crime producer Grayson issued a copyright strike against.
If I can make things happen in a legal way, like, because this is a very legal way to do it, although maybe a little petty, I would do it because of what they're doing to me. It's like, fuck around and find out type of deal, right? Like, I wasn't out there doing anything. I wasn't driving down Lauren Matthias's street looking for a 9.5-hour live. She brought it to me. So it is what it is.
Precious channel.
You hear that? Oh, who did it? So now here we go, putting the heat on Grayson again. Grayson now is logging into Lauren's YouTube and signing under penalty of perjury on a copyright strike. Interesting to know that as well.
Yeah.
If anything ever goes to the copyright board again,
that would make me think twice too, because I barely have anything of theirs in my content, and yeah. And then forevermore, you would have to like scour videos to make sure that her mug or his mug aren't in it. So I don't know. Plus, it's a lot of work on your part. It would be a lot of energy. And I'm just talking about like not exceeding energy, that like not giving away energy I don't need. So I guess I would really weigh it out. I would weigh it out and see what, like, if they continued, I might like, if I got mad enough, I might do it. But yeah, I see where you're coming from on that.
and I guess we can mention that, but why is Grayson signing? Because only one person, when you go in there, you file a copyright strike, copyright complaint, takedown, whatever they call it. You have to sign, like, you put in there, like, what is being infringed, how it's being infringed, timestamps of what's being infringed. Like, you have to be very particular. They ask you for your full name, your address, your email, and then you have to put your name in the very bottom box. It says,
it has to be,
I swear,
it has to be your legal, real name, you know, like, and they check it against all what you've placed up onto your account. I mean,
under penalty of perjury.
Not, like, sometimes
this is me.
I can never remember if I use my middle initial quite a bit, but I can never remember if I spelled out the name or didn't spell out the name. So I will sometimes like put just the initial or vice versa. I don't remember which one. I can't ever remember, but I will do it wrong and it will say like you have to use your legal name. So you have to put in legally who you are. So it's nothing I would mess with. But
did not fall under YouTube's fair use guidelines. As a result, hidden true crime producer Grayson.
Oh, look who's here. Colette. Hey, Colette. It's so good to see you. I am so sorry for everything that you've been drug into.
You knew they were going to start dragging Grayson under the bus. Wait, Colette's here for the first time in my life. I tried to take the high road on this one, but who's Colette? Who's Colette? I don't know who Colette is.
She says, Jay, Colette here. For the first time in my life, I tried to take the high road on this one, but since these assholes won't shut the fuck up. I saw Stephanie posted too last night. She's done.
I know who Stephanie is.
Welcome in, Colette. Colette, if you want to email me, I'm going to give you my email. I know who you are now. I didn't know who you were at first, like when I heard Colette, because I never talked to you. I talked to Carl. So do you remember me from back when I had Carl on? Yep. So yeah, Grayson's doing these here, I put my email, I pinned it. I hope you're doing good. And I hope Stephanie's doing good as well. Oh, there's Stephanie. There she is. I'm so proud of you. Your post last night was so powerful. Like, speaking out is so powerful. Colette and Stephanie are both here, you guys. So Colette and Stephanie were the first two to get the... Hold on, I got to find the sound bite. I'm not as quick on these.
She sent out cease and desist letters too.
Stephanie and Colette got the first cease and desist. Remember in the body cam where Grayson goes, well, Colette would be scared because she has a career.
Oh,
that little bitch. That little bitch.
I do remember.
We totally have your guys'.
And I did look over on Jay's channel to see, because you know how Jay did this. Let's see if they're on here. Christina, Janice, Lindsay, Sarah, Crossbody, Liz. Oops, they're not in here. Okay. Man, there's so many people at play that I get them mixed up.
His backs. Yeah, Carl Danger. I had him on in 2020. Megan cannot replace Grayson. Megan doesn't have any skills to replace Grayson.
Was Colette on the body cam at the Boise when they were at the bar and they called the police? And well, at the restaurant or whatever, they were sitting by the door. Is that one of them? Because I thought Stephanie was the one that was standing by the table, but I don't know. I'm getting them all mixed up.
But I'm really proud of you ladies. You do, Mama Bear. Veronica, thank you for becoming a member today. I appreciate you. Do you guys still talk to Carl? Like, how is Carl? I don't want to ask him about his butthole, but how is Carl? So many victims, right? And the more that they keep doubling down, these victims are like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why are you lying on me?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
so
Pines, for your super chat. Pines says,
just mentioned we never actually saw her. Okay, gotcha.
and we go back to the issue of victim advocates updating standards to meet the digital profile that poses greater risk to victims and their families, right? We do. See, you guys have so much support. Hey, Nicole, Happy New Year.
It was crossbody Sarah that was the one standing at the table that day, and it was Janice Ballet Flats, I think, that was standing across the way filming it. I think, now that I say that.
And skills, I think she did like video editing and shit. She's a jack of all trades, master of none, like John. She's a fucking nanny. Megan ain't gonna come there and nanny. Megan ain't gonna fucking clean up dead scorpions. Megan's not going to sit there with a crop top on and let her tits hang out for the cops. She's not gonna do that.
And change mid like call. Go and put something even sexier on. Yeah. I don't think Megan's gonna do that, no.
Quilting with Ginny. Colette, I just said, got a cease and desist from Lauren. Colette and Stephanie were the first ones.
They got the first cease and desist, or cease and deceased. Okay, let's move it forward and see. Let's get it back in there.
I made her do the giant disclaimer. We haven't read the book. Quote, we haven't read the book and can't recommend it, etc., etc. They're talking about Megan in your book, Megan. She don't want nothing to do with you. Here's another one where Liz is messaging. I don't know if she's messaging with Tad here, but it says Megan has used the Lori stuff to become a guru, I think, and was trying to use Lauren. So here's Liz, trying to look out for Lauren, like, oh, I think she's being used. This is before the fallout. And then Liz says, but I got a secret. Lauren and I have discussed it at length, and she's been putting boundaries in. She's pushed her off to web sleuths.
Okay. I wondered why she said that she got pushed off to web sleuths, but here it is. Here it is. Lauren Turd no longer wanted to be a part of web sleuths, so she pushed Megan off. But now Lauren is like forced to be with web sleuths because that's Megan and web sleuths are the only ones that will have her. Very interesting.
Hello, Jamie. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Liz says
Bing
yes.
bong, as she says.
Right. So she's like, yeah, we've discussed it. And, I had the same concern. Like, she's putting the boundaries in. We gotta have boundaries for Megan.
Lauren's all about boundaries.
Oh, Tad is saying this? Oh, okay. Sorry, Liz. Moody booby. I'm glad you were there. Okay, this is Tad again. To Liz. So Tad says, let's do this all over. Because I screwed it all up. Okay, so we're gonna start over. Steph says, not sure why Megan believes she's the exception to Lauren's rule. She'll learn. Probably the hard way. And will never admit that she was wrong. Will never admit that she didn't see it. Will never admit any wrongdoing because there's no humbleness whatsoever. We saw her push Megan to Trisha. I remember that. Or Megan. Okay, so So Tad says Megan
Oops, I had
has
myself
used the Lori stuff to
I
become.
had myself muted. See, she's even accidentally calling her Megan. It's because the name spelling. I'm sure of it because that to me says Megan or Megan. God damn it. Anyway, I think it's really interesting that nobody wants to be on Web Sleuth yet. That's all where they're relegated to. It's very funny.
I'm a guru, I think. She was trying to use Lauren.
And also, I think it's interesting in most cases, there is one name that seems to come up over and over again. I do the Watts case, and it seems like in that case, it's a form of Nicholas, Nick, like the baby was going to be named Nico. There was a Nick, a Nicholas. There were two Nicoles, a friend that had a Nicole in there. So it just seems to happen that way in cases. Isn't that interesting though? How many Loris there were? That is interesting. I saw something today that just this short popped up, and it said that the most hated name in Japan. Do you know what the most hated name in Japan is? It's Kevin. Kevin is the most hated name in Japan. Isn't that interesting?
And then Tad says, but I've got a secret. Lauren and I have discussed it at length. And she is putting boundaries in. She's pushed her off to Web Sleuths, LOL. And they think it's funny, Megan. Tad thinks it's so fucking funny that you were pushed off to Web Sleuths because they can't stand you. And then here's the other one. It says, but Megan is like always messaging Lauren and wanting to collab, etc. Or ring to chat during the trial. Like she's calling her during the trial. Like leave her the fuck alone. And then Tad says, yeah, when Megan, offered the book for free, Lauren consulted me, LOL. I made her do the giant disclaimer. And the disclaimer,
I haven't watched the New Year's Eve live yet. I did a live with Amy Boston, and then I went right to bed. I'm like old. I did wake up in the middle of the night. I think it was like 4 or 5 a.m. or maybe it was 3, and you guys were still going. I was like, wow, you guys. So it's a long live. I'm looking forward to it.
About Megan's book was, we haven't read the book and can't recommend it, etc., etc. So if you're wondering why they didn't give a fucking review to your book, Megan, because they don't like you. They're using you because you're Lori's cousin. And if you've done anything to get them closer to Lori, then you are going to be to blame for some fuck shit. Okay, so let's get back to Grayson now. Being in the YouTube studio, filling out the copyright strike. Because Megan is now an expert.
Well, I guess I should have said it was the most hated American name in Japan, and it's hated because lower income people somehow took to the name and they named their kids Kevin. So a bunch of hooligans have been raised up and their names are Kevin. So it's kind of like in the United States how Karen has taken on a meaning all of its own. So like when you call someone a Kevin, they said that it meant like you're just calling them basically a thug. So same like if you call someone a Karen, you're calling them a rich, entitled, usually white woman.
Not only on life's choices, because she's been through it all. She's been trafficked. She's been SA'd. She's been everything. Manipulated, run through the ringer. You name it. She's been through it. She is the jack of all trades.
Educational purposes. So the use of the video did not fall under YouTube's fair use guidelines. As a result, hidden true crime producer Grayson issued a copyright strike against.
Completely unfair to the Karens out there. Yeah. Because in my experience, I always had, it was never a Karen in my life. Their name was always Carol. I always had problems with Carols. So.
Crush's channel, as it is the producer's job to protect the intellectual property of the channel.
It's the producer's job to protect the intellectual property of the channel. Is this all in writing? Is this legal? Is Grayson a partner? I am very confused because she didn't have an NDA until you got yourself.
It sounds like a bunch of John stuff, though. Dr. Jan nonsense to me. This reeks of Dr. Jan, but I don't know.
In this fuck shit. Okay, there was no NDAs. That's why you were calling. It's Stephanie. It's Colette. No, it's Lindsay. No, it's Liz. Who's Liz? I don't know fucking Liz. There is no Liz. Sorry, what's not Liz? It's Christina.
Yeah, for sure. That's like they did all of that and they were like, no, it's Christina. And then Christina was the one that needed to go to prison. Like, Christina.
I mean,
that's dangerous. That's so fucking dangerous. It's scary.
Fuck out of here. Spill the crime tea. Thank you for your super chat. Meanwhile, Megan the moron. Oh, I like that. Megan the moron is embarrassing herself by defending hidden true crime. Laughing my ass off. Right. You better be paying me to take on that kind of fucking responsibility over your channel. If my responsibility is to protect the intellectual property of this entire entity, hidden true crime, then you better be paying me, motherfucker. No, that ain't her job. Her job is to do horrible edits and babysit. That's her job.
As it is the producer's job to protect the intellectual property of the channel. Copyright strikes can easily be resolved by the channel owner. If the creator attends copyright school, YouTube will reinstate.
Don't think they have copyright school anymore. Unless it's been that long since I've been copywritten. But I don't think they have that anymore. Do they?
The stricken video after 90 days. Once a creator requests a copyright.
It must be that I haven't been stricken in so long. Because I remember in the very beginning I did a few schools, but
strike, the outcome is in YouTube's hands. At no time was Precious served with a lawsuit by Hidden True Crime.
Oh, shut up. Just because she wasn't served doesn't mean she didn't file one. She wasn't served because she didn't file it right. Her fucking property was not copyright protected. You can't file a copyright claim by the Copyright Claims Board, you lying liar who lies. You can't file one unless your work is copyrighted. Happy New Year, Ashley.
You can't postscript a copyright either. You can't, like, that's what she tried to say. I heard Lauren say that, like, you can postscript it and you can't do that. And I talked to a few lawyers and they're like, and this is just all my opinion and me speaking to someone, but you can't postscript it either. You can't like put it out and then be like, oh, I'm going to go copywriting it. You have to create it, have it copywritten, put it out. And they lied. They said they had it copywritten and they didn't. Because I'm sure they've used that maneuver before and like it's a larger channel and they probably took it by the honor system and they maybe won. I don't know. This is just assumption on my part too. But I'm very skeptical of all of this. And so I am assuming my ass off that they did this before and they won it.
You know what I'm saying? Cresha was never served. Yeah, because the lawsuit never was deemed valid. It was invalid. Asshole. God, I can't stand her. I'm getting mad.
At no time was Cresha served with a lawsuit by Hidden True Crime. She is not now, nor ever was, being sued by Hidden True Crime. And while some people would say that it is in poor taste to issue a copyright strike against a victim, intellectual property has its rights as well.
Oh, really? That's your summing up? For those who think it's in poor taste, too bad. Our intellectual property has rights as well. Who does that sound like? Reminds me of Grayson when she reached out to Chelsea.
Did Megan read her book online? I wonder if that's something we could look at. Not today, but like another day. We're not done looking at Megan anyway.
Right? In other words, some people might think it's in poor taste, but too fucking bad. It's our no, it's not your intellectual property. No, it's not.
People would say that it is in poor taste to issue a copyright strike.
Well, I mean, according to Megan, she's on the outskirts of it all, right? She's a first cousin, but somehow she's on the outskirts of it.
Against a victim, intellectual property has its rights as well.
And so does free speech, bitch. So does free speech.
Yeah.
Look at her. She's like, so take that, Cresha.
Look at that face there, too.
So take that.
Take some more lemon.
You look really stupid. You look really dumb right. You look so dumb right now.
Snap, snap, snap.
The controversy peaked in October and early November dividing the true crime community on all kinds of online platforms. And some creators have released leaked text messages featuring conversations which they claim are damning against.
Oh, let's up the ante. I say this is a call to action. Hey, Dolly, Happy New Year. I think this is a call to action, Stephanie and Colette. I think she's begging you guys. Look at her, how she puts leaked in quotes. Oh, my goodness. You are something else. You are something else. Sit the hell down.
Psychopathy?
Leaked.
Air quotes.
She is begging,
quote unquote,
the people that she has done wrong to up their ante.
She really is.
Leaked text messages featuring.
She must be somebody. She must be so stupid, and because she's got to be somebody's mouthpiece to not see this, unless she thinks any attention is good attention. I cannot figure it out, because I feel like this is a destruction of somebody's channel. It's like we're watching someone destroy their channel for a hidden true crime, and I believe that Megan would go down before Lauren's channel would. So what are you doing? Well, anyway.
Conversations which they claim are damning against Lauren Matthias. Supporters of Matthias view the releases as part of a broader harassment against her, while critics argue it highlights ethical issues in Lauren Matthias's content creation. No mainstream news outlets have covered the specific texts in detail.
Thanks for hanging out with us while you're relaxing. I do appreciate it.
No mainstream news out. They're not going to. No mainstream news that covered the specific text in detail. Thanks for letting us know that.
And here's where I'm going to pause reporting on just the facts of the case to offer some personal commentary.
Oh, please do. As you read. Can you look at the camera and maybe talk?
Is that what you think? Because I like Joe Schmo is somebody else we're going to look at too, you guys, because I don't, we in the very beginning of this, I played when Kresha and I were talking. Did I play? No, I just gave you the outskirts of what we talked about Joe Schmo. So yeah, there's something weird with Joe. And how did Joe become friends with Megan? That's weird.
Or no, you got to look at the fucking page. Okay.
There's a reason that no mainstream news outlets have picked this story up.
Why?
And one of the reasons is proper sourcing. You won't see a mainstream news channel publishing partial conversations.
Oh, really? Tell us more about it.
True. They don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole because you're labeling it like mean girl behavior. Nobody wanted to touch the gypsy. No, none of them will touch the Gypsy Rose Blanchard thing either. Even though it is proven time and time again, because the mainstream media narrative is not like the golden way to go. It's like it's people are waking up to it is slanted. People are paid off to say these things just because they're for a realsy kind of reporter like Lauren, not the trial tourist like me, or I dare say you, Megan, or Megan. It's people like you think there's something big and bad about mainstream media. It would be nice if they would pick it up, and I have faith that they will pick it up eventually. They will. 100th monkey theory in action. I really believe it's going to happen.
Can you imagine
we
living
try hard enough, it will happen. If we keep talking about it, it will happen, because look what is happening in the Gypsy Rose Blanchard case. If you don't know what's happening, I kind of talked about it on New Year's Eve and gave everybody an update. But I mean, all these FOIA stuff have come out proving that she has said PDF stuff about her own child, right? So, I mean, this stuff is starting to come up. Mainstream media is starting to pick it up. So the more people that have been harmed by Lauren come forward, I think it will be picked up.
Megan? I wonder what her family thinks of her. She's a master at manipulating words to fit her story. The only thing she's good at is twisting truth with her grandiose vocabulary.
Thank you, what she said. I couldn't agree more. Thank you for your super chat. I appreciate you.
Without context and proper vetting. So as a community, I think we need to ask better questions. There are too many people taking what they hear on YouTube channels as absolute truth without questioning where the information comes from.
Oh,
so here are
how many questions are you asking? I'd like to know how many questions you had on the script you were sent. I would be willing to guess none.
The questions that I continue to have in this case. And if you know the answers, please feel free to email me at askmegan@gmail.com.
Wait, what?
At ask you to have in this information comes from channels as absolutes. There are too many people taking what they hear on YouTube channels as absolute truth without questioning where the information comes from. So here are some of the questions that I continue to have in this case. And if you know the answers, please feel free to email me.
You know, Megan, I'm sure I don't even have to hear these questions. I am sure they have been answered before. But here we go.
At askmegan@gmail.com.
Okay, she wants answers at askmegan@gmail.com. If you have
How many
answers for her
in that, Megan?
Hit her up.
Well, why are there people supporting and applauding someone who violated a legitimate court order?
Excuse me, Megan?
Okay, well,
her question is,
it has been explained. This is one of those energy vampire moments. You could explain it to you where blue, pink, green, orange, whatever in the face, in the spirit, and Megan is not going to get it. She's just one of those people, for whether she's willfully deciding she's not going to get it or just is unable to get it. But this is a waste of energy. You can email her if you want, but she will not get it.
People supporting and applauding someone who violated a legitimate court order. Megan, we want to know why you were following Christina around. That's one question we have. Because we saw you in the meta glasses.
Oh, what?
You remember seeing her in the meta glasses?
I don't remember that.
I think we need to revisit the meta glasses.
Oh, good, because I don't remember that.
Because it seems that Megan has forgotten.
I forgot
that she was running away while spying and stalking.
Was this in the bar with Joe Schmo?
Christina. Let's go back in time.
I feel a little excited because I don't remember this.
Let's see if we can find Miss Megan.
I don't know the full story.
First people that listen to us haven't hit the like button.
In Utah, I look just a little bit away.
It's right here.
Yes, guys, if you could be sure to stop and take a moment and hit that like button. We've got 268 people here. So if you could just make sure to show me a little love and check and see if you're subscribed. I would love to have you as a subscriber.
So I'm aware of just a little bit of what's going on.
Right there. She just walked off me. She ID'd me just now. I'm recording you.
Here's Megan right here.
Oh, wow. Hold on a second, you guys. I'm going to get my face right up to the screen. Is that really Megan back there? Because I thought Megan was smaller. I'm not body shaming anybody. I just thought Megan was smaller.
There's Joe Schmo.
Maybe it's just the pixelation or something.
Here's Megan running. In slow-mo. There you go, Megan. You moved closer and closer. There she goes. There's Megan in action.
Run,
did you see her?
Megan, run! Run!
Grayson is right there. She just walked off me. She ID'd me just now. I'm sorry, I'm recording you.
I didn't know that was Megan. That's perfect. She's literally running.
There she is.
Look at her. She's got her fist pumping. Run, Megan.
There's Megan.
Run.
Right.
You can't catch that, Megan.
Collecting evidence, taking videos. Janice says that Megan was constantly within 25 feet or less.
I I don't know. Why is she running?
Of us all night in the bar after Christina was escorted out.
Yeah, that surprised me. I didn't know that.
Good job, Megan.
Not body shaming either, because I'm chubby too.
Too bad Christina's smarter than y'all. There she is. Oh, we saw Christina. Look, we found her. Look, there they are. There's Joe Schmo. Did you know that Joe Schmo is going into chats?
No, I didn't.
And he is saying, I am the Joe Schmo from the
Oh,
Hidden True Crime
Lord.
Drama.
Oh,
He's using that
God.
as a flex. Oh my gosh. Colette's
is his name Joe Schmo too when he comes in? So he's like, I am the one and only Joe Schmo.
I will be having my own 9-hour live ASAP.
Yeah, we're all chubby after Christmas.
So there they all are. They're like, oh, there's Christina. We've eyed her out. We can tell the cops she's here. And then there's Megan. Oh, fuck. I better get out of here. She's, oh, fuck. I think she saw us.
Yeah.
Let's go tell Lauren. Lauren, she's right here. Lauren, call him now. Sneaky ass bitches.
We found her.
Who really violated the order?
At gmail.com. First of all, why are there people supporting and applauding someone who violated a legitimate court order? Even if you believe the stalking injunction was unjust.
Well, Joe Schmo is the person that followed Christina around CrimeCon, and there's video of him. Supposedly they were terrified of Christina, and yet at this bar that they were at CrimeCon, he inched closer and closer and closer. Lauren has struck Joe Schmo's channel, but he has chosen, for whatever reason, to back her instead of doing what's right. So he's a shit stir.
Violating the order isn't how you solve that. There are legal remedies you can pursue without breaking the law. And yes, I've seen the body cam footage where the police officer approaches Christina in the bar and tells her that
he has a channel and he has been covering the cases, and he's shared like underneath the press tarp with these people. And so he has gone to a lot of these trials and hung out with them and sat with them. And, you know, he's just another person that's supposedly supporting Lauren.
As the enjoined party, she has to leave. So my next question is, if Christina really was afraid for her safety, why didn't she also get a stalking injunction? Since people are alleging they're so easy to get and judges just hand them out like candy. If she was really afraid for her safety, she should have gotten her own injunction.
Yeah.
And
he was friends with Kresha first, and then he moved over to where he thought it was more lucrative.
Oh, maybe she should now. Should she be afraid for her safety from you too? Wow. Is this a veiled like threat? Like maybe she should get her own. Maybe she should have got her own. Right. Are you this fucking dumb, Megan? Pines, thank you for your super chat. Pine says, sing it. Megan and Schmo, sitting in a tree. STALKING. Thank you for your super chat. Thanks for making me sing.
yes, we've seen the body cam footage. Police told Christina she had to, 1, stay 500 feet away from Lauren Matthias, and 2, leave the bar the first night of CrimeCon.
No. Didn't say she had to leave the bar. Said she could be in the public areas and was allowed, it had to stay 500 feet. And if you're so terrified of her, why would you follow your stalker around the bar? See, you could argue this to your blue in the face with Megan. She's never gonna see it. She has made her choice. Don't email this bitch. Just don't. What would be the point?
She was there first. So why did she show up in the bar the second night as well and again refuse to leave? Now, from my own reference,
probably because she spent a lot of money to go to CrimeCon and had a purpose there. Why did Lauren show up, Megan? Why did Lauren go? And don't tell me she was a speaker, a presenter, or anything else, because she wasn't. She was not. And she said she wasn't going, so the girl bought the tickets.
a football field is 300 feet long, not including the end zones. And remembering the layout of that bar situation, there's pretty much nowhere they could have been in the same bar together that would have been 500 feet apart. My next question is, Why are there people shaming Lauren Matthias for doing a 9-hour live stream, but those same people are still out here doing 3, 4, and 5-hour lives about it after months? The number of
Okay, you dumbass. It's not the shame of doing it for 9.5 hours. It's the shame of doing something that didn't exist for 9.5 hours. It's not the point of doing a 9.5 hour live because people do it all the time. People do marathons. I've done a marathon. It's the point of the content of the context of what was in the freaking 9.5 hour live, Megan. She's never going to get it though.
You know why? Because she's been unmasked. When people are unmasked, like we're unmasking you right now and your weird motives, when people are unmasked, people want to see more of the truth. That's why. And who are you to judge who's doing what? If there's nothing wrong with her 9-hour live, fuck directly off. I'll go live 8 hours a day every day if I want to. I'm not bringing the court system and the legal system and fucking cops into a situation. You go live for 9 hours and lie, people are going to talk about it. Deal with it. That's the answer to your question. It's very simple. Megan, try some common sense.
Hours they've spent on this content is way more than 9 hours.
Okay.
And about that night in the bar. Is there a problem with a friend buying another friend surrounded by a group of friends a shot of tequila after a hard day? Because people are making it sound like,
oh, we're getting to the
we're getting into all the lemon shots. Is it tequila now that she's drinking? We're getting into all the drunky booziness.
People are making it sound? No, people aren't making it sound. You and Joe Schmo were up on Web Sleuth's panel. You let it slip about the tequila shots. And Joe Schmo put his finger up to his lips and said, shh. And you leaked it because you're dumb. Because you're fucking
Is it
messy.
a secret that they're doing shots? I don't understand.
A hard day. A hard day at Crime Con. Here, baby. Have a tequila shot. I could be old enough to be your grandpa. But here, we've had a hard day.
Oh, I remember
stalking
now.
Christina.
Never mind. They were doing shots together, and everyone questioned why they were together doing shots. Yeah, I remember.
Megan, go out and touch grass.
this content is way more than 9 hours. And about that night in the bar. Is there a problem with a friend buying another friend surrounded by a group of friends a shot of tequila after a hard day? Because people are making it sound like Joe Schmo is a creepy older guy trying to take advantage of
Is there a problem with another friend going to another friend's room when the other friends were all down into the box? Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Kidding. That didn't happen. But this is basically what she's saying. Like, all right, you can be surrounded by other friends in a bar and still have an intimate moment with a, okay.
young girl in a bad situation, and it's gross. I was there, and that's not how it went down, no matter how badly people want to twist it into something weird. A related...
Okay, did you do the shot too, or was it just Grayson?
Was it just Grayson and Joe Schmo that did the shots together? Were you one of the friends surrounded by the friends that, you know, were surrounded by the friends that were doing the shots of the friends of the intimate situation? Like, I'm sure that she was given PowerPoint notes. Because Grayson... This is Grayson's PowerPoint note here. I am positive of it.
Thank you, Margie. I'll check it out later. Thank you so much. If you want to send me an email, I will throw my email in the chat right now. Thank you for everything you send. It's so helpful.
It went down, no matter how badly people want to twist it into something weird. A related question is, why do people have a problem with me or...
I won't spell check people here, so don't worry. Just do not worry about that. The only time I ever question it is if I can't figure it out. Then I will ask, what do you mean? But I don't think no grammar Nazis here because I have my own issues with spelling and grammar.
Joe Schmo or anyone collecting evidence that a legitimate court order is being violated. Individual documentation is often the only thing law enforcement has to go on. So if someone was in violation of an order against you, would you take pictures, videos, recordings to show to law enforcement later? I would like...
No, I wouldn't set that up.
I believe she is. I am not sure though. We've tried to look at Grayson a little bit. I still think Grayson's family was from Kansas City, but I can't prove it yet. But if anyone knows, because some people did say to me that their family lived in Kansas before they moved to California. But anyway, I don't know if Grayson's LDS.
Up before she even had a ticket for CrimeCon. Shut up.
I like to think we would all do that because documenting harassment is very important. As to the supposedly damning texts, yes, I've seen them. My question is, have the people sharing those...
Oh, well, let's also not forget that Joe Schmo also wrote a declaration. Thank you, Kathy Shields. Why does she sound like a fucking robot? Because she is reading a script. She totally is.
Oh, okay.
And she's boring.
Screenshots revealed themselves. Who are they? And what do they have to gain or sharing text? Yes, I've seen them. My question is, have the people sharing those screenshots revealed themselves? Who are they? And what do they have to gain or lose by sharing them? Are they being transparent about how they obtained these text messages?
Does it matter? At this point, it doesn't matter. No one cares how they were obtained. No one cares. Everybody wants to know Lauren's true self. And those text messages show her true self.
And if there were no text messages, she would be like, where are the text messages? So where are your text messages, Megan?
Hey, you two bad actors. Happy New Year. Someday we're going to get the footage from the bar, says Janice, and it will show the real story of Lauren and crew creeping it on Christina. Yep. Isn't that what I said, too? When I went on that panel and Joe Schmo came up? I said I'd love to get all of that video to see. I feel
like Joe Schmo would flip. I think somebody could probably get Joe to flip. Maybe for the right money or maybe for the right whatever exposure. But if he's going into chat saying, I am the Joe Schmo from the Lauren Turd situation, then you know.
How long they were following her and how often they followed her. It doesn't matter. And why is she asking for transparency for those people? Because Lauren still wants to know who initiated this.
Yeah.
Who can she blame? She wants a name to blame.
She wants the name. And she's hoping it's Christina. I'm sure she is.
And the thing is, she was in so many group chats that she can't blame anybody. She can't pick one person because she was in so many group chats, and you heard about it, how she would pop in, boast about John, boast about, whatever they got going on with victims. And I know this and I know that. Happy New Year, Sleuth the Goosey. She doesn't remember where she posted what. She doesn't remember who was in the group and who wasn't. She's been wanting who. She wants one person. Then it turned to Christina. Weirdly turned to Christina during the body cam incident. We watched in real time it go from Stephanie and Colette and Gigi. Don't forget Gigi.
If you call Gigi.
You want me to call Gigi?
Gigi.
And then it suddenly turned into Christina because Stephanie mentioned her name. Then all of a sudden it was Christina. She doesn't know what's coming from where. So I think this is a little message, and this is just my opinion.
Feels a bit like a Maury Povich situation, and you are not the father of the lie. You are. Actually, it would be the mother because she's the woman.
Take for
and
it
you are not the mother of the lie. Lauren Turd is.
Well. Oh, yes, and Mr. Breakfast the hacker. She's saying, so to the supposedly damning texts, she says, yes.
And I sometimes wonder, because I know that Larry and Kay really were a big draw, and Colby too, were a big draw to their channel, if that possibly this isn't the reason why this all started, because they were losing, the amount. They were still getting great views, but were they addicted to the amount, right? And so this was like, because this was one of their biggest, I think. Is this their biggest or their second biggest video up there? So it's something, right? And I often wonder, did she start this because she knew that the Lori Vallow case was winding down, and like the views and the attention and all of that was starting to wind down. Something to think about.
Hold on. Thank you, Margie.
The game, Megan, is keeping other families safe and far away from HTC. Bing bong.
Bing bong. Thank you so much. Let me get the actual bing bong for that one.
Bing bong.
That's the gain, that this doesn't happen again. That's why Kay Woodcock is saying, I am going to be a watchdog to make sure this does not happen again to anyone else. If I see her moving in on a family. Christina Mack making the TikToks is what set Lauren off. You think so?
And, you know, Cresha's not going to be alone. I mean, it's not a one-woman show. We're all behind Cresha doing the same thing. Like, if I see it, you know, see it, say something, right? It's definitely going to happen. And I'm sure we're all watching them with the Melanie Buzzard. But, you know, she works behind the scenes, and she is an ex-reporter. She does know how to say what needs to be said to gain the trust. So it could be happening right now for all we know.
It says, don't forget, she called my phone on June 14th and she was going to record me. I know it. And me too, Cyban. Okay, so let's listen to what she says about this again.
Yes, I've seen them. My question is, have the people sharing those screenshots revealed themselves? Who are they? And what do they have to gain or lose by sharing them? Are they being transparent about how they obtained these text messages, including disclosing what their relationship to Lauren is or was? If they're not, we should be asking these questions instead of just taking it at face value as something legitimate. Some of the texts come from group chats or public forums where there's no expectation of privacy, but some are private texts between Lauren and other individuals, not the people sharing the text. So how did they get those? And given the capabilities of...
Do you know how? Megan? You take your phone and you hit the buttons on either side and you take a fucking screenshot. Are you this dumb? Do you really need this spelled out to you? Your friend Lauren is a piece of shit. She talked shit. A bunch of people got together and said, oh my God, she talked shit about that person to you. Oh, she talked about this person to me. And then all of a sudden, all the pieces came together. And here you are standing there going, you're standing there in like a mess.
And if you know, could you please email me? Like, she has the balls to ask us to email her the answer to these questions that have been told to her over and over again. The balls.
That's all crumbled below you. And you're standing there going, everything's fine. Have these people shown themselves? Don't believe it if they didn't. We don't need them to show themselves. The pattern is there. The pattern is recognizable. Everyone with common sense sees it.
Like she's wanting us to show her more and more and more, yet saying, why are you still doing this? Right? We can show you more, Megan, if you want. And I'm sure you're going to get more, but you're going to be like, why are you doing this? Yet you're sitting here getting your own money doing it.
And they see how transparent this plea is coming from you. It doesn't matter how they got them. It doesn't matter what they were intended for. The content is what matters at this point.
Of artificial intelligence, how do we know these are not fake or manufactured or manipulated? And again,
because
this is what we're doing now. It's AI. That's AI. Lauren's not that mean girl. It's all AI. Perfect. Yeah.
They're not. Because they're not. No one has that much in them to want to destroy Lauren to make things up like this. Okay. If they were going to make it up, I think they'd make it a lot more juicy and they would be released.
Yeah.
Right. The reason they're holding back is because of the reality of them and the victims that are mentioned. Right. Yeah. No one's really wanting to be that person. Unfortunately, that person is ultimately Lauren. Oh, she brought up the AI in the 9 hour. Of course, she was putting that seed out there. Dropping seeds.
So that the hidden gems would do that seed. And they...
Right, exactly, Bun Lady. The contents at this point override who they came from, how they obtained them. No one cares. No one cares. When you go to Google Images and look for an image of somebody, do you care who fucking obtained it? No. Do you just care it's the picture?
Again, what's the context? Why are the people sharing these not also showing the conversation that comes before and after this?
Oh, they want the whole context, ladies. Do it, ladies. What do you say?
Fucking fuzzy slippers and lip gloss.
She wants the whole motherfuckers. That makes their jobs a lot easier.
Okay.
Screen record. Really, Lauren? You want the whole context?
They want
You think
more?
it's going to change things? I think it might just out a little bit more, but that's just me.
I say do it. Yeah, I would love, if you want to do more context, yeah. I can't imagine it's going to help your, and I don't believe you'll even believe it. If they give more context and it shows more context, you'll be like, oh, it's just AI. Like you want to put people through the paces, but you're never going to believe it. So why would people exert their energy for you, Megan? You're not exerting an ounce of common sense.
She wants the before and after, y'all.
Manipulated. And again, what's the context? Why are the people sharing these not also showing the conversation that comes before and after the so-called damning texts?
Is she?
For example, the screenshots Kresha showed of texts I sent her after she claimed I was drugged at CrimeCon, that I was different since CrimeCon, and that I was being manipulated by Lauren, failed to reveal that Kresha and I exchanged friendly texts in October after CrimeCon, with no hint of concern from her about my mental health. And she also failed to disclose what our relationship was like prior to her speaking out against Lauren, with me offering unwavering support of her and her channel, checking up on her when I hadn't heard from her, and
sounds like a little personal stuff. She's mad at Kresha.
Spending hours on the phone, with each of us sharing struggles and concerns throughout the Daybell case. Given our history, my question is, why didn't she just pick up the phone and call me if she was actually concerned that, quote, Lauren had gotten to me? I have the same question about other friends and former supporters of Lauren. Why were people more inclined?
Why would she bother calling you when Lauren had gotten to you and you're sitting here doing what you're doing? Why would she bother? Like, you want everyone to extend all this bullshit to you, but I don't see you extending. Sorry, I'm eating crackers. My stomach was getting a little upset. I don't see her. I gotta swallow this. Hold on. An ounce of whatever to us or Kresha or Kay or Larry, or I don't know where you sit with Colby, but I don't know.
To be swayed by commentary from YouTubers who have never met Lauren, rather than relying on their personal experiences with her.
See, there's a misconception. No one's relying on our commentary to make a decision. They're here because they already made the decision on their own. They didn't come here and be like, hey, convince me Lauren's a piece of shit. Never have I ever seen anyone in the chat go, Jay, I'm really on the fence. You've really convinced me. Wow. Everyone who's come here has been like, wow, I can't believe this. They've already seen the light.
I've had a few people that didn't know what was going on, and I told them. And, but, and then I put up a few videos because there were some new people coming and they're like, I'm hearing all of this and I don't understand what's going on. Can you give me the basics? So I did. I have 2 videos up. One's like 20 minutes long and one I think is like 6 minutes long for people that are new to this, just to give them the basics of what's going on.
Wendy says, Jay, are you going to answer her the questions for her? LOL. Can you bring Colette and Stephanie up on your lives today? I'd like to hear what they have to say. They are more than welcome to come up on my live. I don't know if they're ready to do that, but I figured we could talk first. I think that we need to talk before we do all that, but it's up to them, ultimately, if they come up at all.
The texts that I've seen that refer to me directly, I've had personal conversations with Lauren about, because I believe that to be the best way to handle things. Going directly to the source and talking to someone. And that's what
There we go.
Sure, Kresha was in here, so I don't know the exact way it went, but they said my memory is she texted Kresha right before Kresha went live and got struck. She tried to stop Kresha from speaking out in the first place. So was that? I do remember Megan saying she texted, or somebody text. No, let me think. Yes, I do remember Megan saying, I couldn't remember if it was Kresha saying that she texted her, but I remember Megan saying that she wished that Kresha would text her back. So I do remember that. To have friends, you need to be a friend. Exactly. And I don't think in hearing about that story about Lauren and not even knowing what religion her childhood friend is, and especially since her religion was such a big deal, that would tell me that religion is a big deal in your life. And that seems to me like you would ask these questions of other people if religion in your world was big, right? That, like, I could tell you all of my childhood friends what their religion was. It's just weird to me. So that tells me that she doesn't ask questions at all of other people. Like, she's not interested in getting to know who you are unless it benefits her. And knowing her friend's religion obviously didn't benefit her, right? She had her religion. She didn't need to know her friend's religion. So that tells me I read people, and I told you why I'm very good at reading people. And so I'm like, to me, that's just me reading somebody. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily true, but that's my thought process. I not only pay attention to people's behaviors, but also what they say, because that matters. Like, she tried to make it sound like it was just like a beautiful story. Like, I just loved my friend so much, I didn't even care what she was. But no, you just didn't care to ask her because you didn't want to know, because it didn't matter to you. That's what that tells me.
Oh, she wants to know how I came from.
I was attempting to do with Kresha, but she chose to ignore my messages and turn to ChatGPT instead.
See, she answered. She said, yeah, it was Trisha at Web Sleuth, though, who texted, before the 1026 stream, asking me to correct my retweet on X because she said it was misinformation about Grayson. Juicy scoop clip. Oh, the when that stuff came out about Annie Elise. That was good stuff.
Have you ever heard?
Wait, what? She turned to chat. What? Thank you, Sophia Petrillo, for gifting a cootership, and welcome in, Nola. Thank you, Sophia. Happy New Year, Nola.
She says, welcome to Cooterville. Everybody close your legs. Everybody coming in, close your legs.
I told her to F off and leave my family alone. Good for you. But she did it a few other times since then too, trying to get me to correct things I didn't even say. It was another creator. That kind of shit actually makes me want to, this is the stuff that makes me want to stand 10 toes down on stuff. I really have to evaluate. If I really want to do something. When someone tells me not to do something, I have to think like, well, did I really want to do that? Because that stuff makes me want to go 10 toes down. Like, fuck you. Don't tell me what to do.
Cross your legs.
Colette says, wait, but she also doesn't want anyone to believe the dozen contractors. I'm telling you, she's challenging all of this to come out.
Challenging us. Like, I don't know if this is the same thing. Like, the 9.5 hour live, I just, like, it's like, do you not know what you're doing here? You must. Like, does she know? It's like, it must be a situation where it doesn't matter. Any attention is good attention, because what are you doing here? Or are you being paid lots of money? I can't wrap my head around it. I really can't.
To someone. And that's what I was attempting to do with Kresha, but she chose to ignore my messages and turn to ChatGPT instead.
And turn to ChatGPT. What?
What does that mean?
What does that mean? I don't understand.
Have you ever heard?
Is she saying that Kresha is using ChatGPT to help her with her stuff and she's less of a content creator because of it? Is that what she's saying? Because I use ChatGPT I put my thoughts and what I want to say, and so that it can clean up my spelling and grammar. Is this another thing where they're not a real reporter because they may use ChatGPT? Is this what our, listen, am I getting it? Is this what you guys are getting? Am I getting pissed off about nothing? But is that what she's trying to say? Is she rising above us again?
Of tall poppy syndrome. It's a cultural phenomenon where individuals.
Oh my God, this is John.
This is John. Tall poppy syndrome. I think, is this the thing that have to do with the stuff that the vets give out, the poppies?
All poppy syndrome.
Individuals who achieve notable success, talent, or status are resented, criticized, attacked, or cut down by others, often to bring them back to a perceived level of equality with their peers. The term originates from Australia and New Zealand in the 1980s, drawing from ancient metaphors like cutting down the tallest poppies in a field to make everything uniform, symbolizing.
Are we talking about poppies? Because like opium? Opium? Doesn't opium come from poppy? Opium.
Envy or anti-elitism in egalitarian societies. It can manifest through mockery, exclusion, or sabotage, and is often linked to social pressures that discourage standing out. Over the last year, Hidden True Crime has gained over 81,000 subscribers and over 28 million views, with nearly 6 million.
Yes, I would love that. Unless, if you want to come up, do you want to come up? I don't know, you're probably busy. I don't want to like put you on the spot either, but if you want to email, yes, because I would love to see that. She says it means I took her last few texts and analyzed Megan's words to see if they were manipulative, and it was pretty nasty. Okay, that was when we were analyzing stuff with our chat GBTs. Like we were analyzing the comparison of Grayson writing it, and I remember you doing something with chat GBT. So yes, I would love to see that. She is saying that Krisha is listening to AI instead of her. She is, isn't she? She, like, no receipts. She doesn't have to give receipts, but we must listen to her. Yeah, I'm glad Krisha ignored her too. Let me pull up my email too, so I know when it's coming. Hold on one second. I also, I keep thinking we're near the end, so I can put on some music to run and check on the little bird. I've got to check on him in just a second. So maybe I will take a moment here and do a little break and let the email get here. I'll run and check on the bird. This is a new song by Olip, one of our favorite content creators. She takes Hidden True Crime's own words and did I lose it? Did I? There it is. She takes Hidden True Crime's own words and puts it to song. So I need to go check on the little bird. I'll be waiting for that email, Krusha, and play it. Enjoy. This is the policeman's advice for HTC, the musical.
A little bit longer than I expected, so I'm hoping my sergeant's gonna understand.
Yeah, I don't mean to just be like sitting here. I'm just like so emotionally exhausted. And
Oh, I'm sure you are. I'm not discounting that at all.
Yeah,
I'm sure you got many concerns, and the problem with that is here.
You mind taking some advice? You're gonna have to find a quiet space. A little meditation, go to the gym. Whatever it is, whatever gets that stress off. A good walk, a good swim, whatever that is. You need to exercise and just sweat that stuff out. Meditate and say some prayers if you're religious, and be like it is what it is. Because there's a lot of crummy people out there that are horrible to other people, whether it's child against a parent,
sure,
parent against a child,
sure,
saying ugly things, saying many ugly things. which is despicable, but it's not against the law. I'm not saying it's not gonna hurt if it happens, but you're not gonna be able to control whether it happens or not. So you're trying to control what you don't know may or may not happen.
And that's what's chewing you up right now. You're stressing out so much about what if, and you don't know if at all. So all you can do is be prepared for the what if. Whether it's a, crisis management person or PR person or whatever the case may be. I don't know what their titles are nowadays, but yeah, you could sit here and what if for every minute of the day, every hour of the day, and it's just going to
cheer you up, cheer you up, cheer you up. You're going to lose sleep. All that kind of stuff, music or something, and jam out, or Backstreet Boys, or whatever it is. Your jam was back in the day. Just go dancing in private or public, doesn't matter. Just blow off some steam. Meditate and say some prayers if you're religious, and be like it is what it is. Because there's a lot of crummy people out there that are horrible to other people. Whether it's child against a parent, parent against a child, saying ugly things, saying many ugly things, which is despicable, but it's not against the law.
Go to one of these destruction rooms downtown where you get take a sledgehammer to a TV or something.
Say a prayer, meditate, and then go destruct. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, you can thank me later.
Yeah. Sure. Okay, so the little bird has entered the conversation. So if you hear him in the background, he's around. And it's a small space, so I can't do a lot. So if it bothers you, I'm sorry. I crack up every time you say, "Not today, Satan," Crusha. Crusha, did Megan ever meet Tylee and JJ? It's been rumored that she barely knew him. What Crusha sent. Let's pop over there. It was members only, but I've been wanting to join a few content creators. We did a little bit better last month, and so I've been wanting to support others more. So I don't know what your membership program is called, but I'm a member of Difficult Research. Boop, 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 boop. So
here is an analysis.
Crusha was talking about the analysis, and this is what Megan is talking about. Megan is talking about with the ChatGPT, which this is so funny. I can't, and I do believe John wrote this after the poppy theory. But okay, so this is what Megan's talking about.
This of the language and potential manipulative tactics.
Apparently, Crusha, well, I'm just recapping it. I've already said it, but apparently Crusha said that she took some of Megan's text and put it through ChatGPT to analyze it, and it came out that Megan is nasty. She's 100% nasty. And this is off-putting to Megan because she's mad that people are using receipts and not just trusting her.
In those text messages, based on the context you've provided, these texts, when read in sequence, demonstrate a clear pattern of deflection, guilt-tripping, and gaslighting. The sender, Megan, appears to be systematically attempting to shift the blame from her own public actions, aligning with Lauren, to your reaction, speaking out. 1. I'm so sad that you...
Sure. It was asked that I read the text first. So here, but I can't see. So this is the first one. It says, "I'm so sad that you have been holding this in so long. I'm so sad that you have felt so invalidated and unseen." This has to be Megan's. I couldn't watch tonight, but many people are telling me about it. I'm just worried for you because these people who hate Lauren, I'm worried that they will find a reason to hate you too. I'm disappointed. And then the second text came in on Friday, November 7th at 11:05 p.m. That first one was the 26th, on the 26th. And did you do your live that late? I don't remember you coming on that late, but it came off at 11:13 p.m. And the second text is, I'm disappointed that you chose to air your concerns publicly instead of just calling me. I'm here. I'm open to speak to you. Please talk to me instead of talking about me. Please allow me the opportunity to hear what you have to say instead of assuming that you think what you think I feel.
You have been holding this in so long. I'm so sad that you have felt so invalidated and unseen. I couldn't watch tonight, but many people are telling me about it. This message sets the stage by appearing empathetic, but it's a common and subtle manipulative tactic. Condescension and pity. The phrase, I'm so sad that, is not an apology. It's a statement of pity. It reframes your righteous anger and betrayal as a pitiable emotional state. It positions you as a person who is whole.
It's also a way that people are taught when they want to have a conversation to not alarm another person and not make them off put. But everybody knows now that this is psychobabble speak. And so it puts them on edge immediately. People don't realize that people are a lot smarter now that there's this new invention called the internet. Like people are, more word savvy. And they know they know a lot more than they used to. Megan.
Holding this in, implying emotional instability, rather than a person who is logically reacting to a public betrayal. Emotional deflection. Notice the focus is entirely on your feelings, felt so invalidated and unseen, and not on the facts that caused those feelings. Her alliance with Lauren, her criticism of your parents. This tactic dismisses the legitimacy of your grievance and reduces it to a purely emotional issue, making it your problem, not hers. Passive surveillance.
Doesn't Megan do this a lot, though, making it your problem, not hers? Asking you to email her, why don't you email me, Megan? Email me. If you're so concerned about all these questions that you have to put out, email Jay. Email anybody that's covering this case. But stop emailing Kresha. Stop bothering her.
The line, I couldn't watch tonight, but many people are telling me about it, is a subtle power move. It communicates. 1. I am not engaging with your content directly, a form of dismissal. 2. You are being watched and discussed by others, implying you are creating drama and that she has a team. 2. I'm just worried for you, because these people who hate Lauren, I'm worried they will find a reason to hate you too. I'm disappointed that you chose to air your concerns publicly, instead of just calling me. I'm here. I'm open to speak to you. Please talk to me, instead of talking about me. Please allow me the opportunity to hear what you have to say, instead of assuming what you think I feel. This message is the core of the manipulation. It's packed with blame shifting and gaslighting. Gaslighting. Reframing as concern. The, I'm just worried for you opening is a classic attempt to gaslight you. It reframes your valid, conscious decision to speak out as a naive or dangerous mistake. She is positioning herself as the wise protector, and you as a gullible person being used by these people who hate Lauren. It's a subtle threat. If you continue...
She's not smart enough to know that she's being used. Poor Megan, she's not smart enough to know that she's being used as a mouthpiece. And although, the only thing I can think is maybe Megan is like this mastermind that I don't know about, and that she's got some master plan here, because I can't believe that she's this stupid. So either she's this stupid or she's got some kind of mastermind plan going on that we don't know about.
You will be attacked, and it will be your own fault. Guilt tripping and tone policing. I'm disappointed that you chose to air your concerns publicly instead of just calling me. This is the primary blame shift. The focus is no longer on her betrayal. The new crime is that you didn't handle your grievance in the way she preferred. She is tone policing you, criticizing the method of your complaint to avoid addressing the substance of it. Playing the victim. Please talk to me instead of talking about me. This masterfully flips the script. Suddenly, she is the one who has been wronged, being talked about. You are now the aggressor, and she is the victim, which completely ignores the public action she took first that prompted your response. Tactic: gaslighting, denying your observation. Instead of assuming what you think I feel. This is a powerful gaslighting statement. You aren't assuming her feelings. You are observing her actions, her public support for Lauren, her criticism of your parents. By reframing your observation of her actions as an assumption about her feelings, she is attempting to invalidate your entire premise. 3. The things you are saying about me are not true. This is the final, most direct form of gaslighting. Tactic: classic gaslighting, blanket denial. After the softer attempts of pity and guilt-tripping fail, this is the brick wall. It's an absolute, flat denial of your reality. It doesn't specify what is untrue. It's a blanket statement designed to make you question your own observations, your memory, and your sanity. You are stating what you have seen her do and say, "Oh," and she is simply replying, "That did not happen," or "That is not true." It's a tactic meant to end the conversation and leave you isolated with your own false perception of reality. In summary, these texts are not a genuine attempt at reconciliation. They are a playbook for avoiding accountability. The strategy is to 1. Patronize you by framing your anger as sadness. 2. Guilt trip you for how you reacted. 3. Gaslight you by suggesting you're being used and that your observations are just assumptions. 4. Deny your reality outright when all else fails.
And I hope that in looking at this case, people have a better understanding of cyberbullying and cyberstalking, but also to recognize the signs and symptoms in other people around us. If you notice somebody becoming obsessive about someone or something, if you notice a big behavior change, if you notice that they're not being honest about simple things and that's a new thing for them, it might be time to have a conversation, either with them or with someone who can help them.
So that was ChatGPT, and yes, I would say it was spot on with its analysis there. And so let's go back over and rewatch that part because it makes so much more sense now, why she's talking about ChatGPT.
She wants the whole motherfuckers. That makes their jobs a lot easier. Screen record. Really, Lauren? You want the whole context? You think it's going to change things? I think it might just out a little bit more, but that's just me. She wants the before and after, y'all.
Manipulated. And again, what's the context? Why are the people sharing these not also showing the conversation that comes before and after the so-called damning?
Once I verify my memory with the timeline, I'll share. Oops, you can't be on the mic, baby. You coming over to give kisses? Hi. Once I verify my memory with the timeline, I'll share about how Hellas and HTC obtained justice for JJ and Tylee wristbands, which I was doing to fundraise in order to attend trials. Oh, okay. Once I verify my memory with the timeline, I'll share how Hellas and HTC, they obtained wristbands. They had wristbands? Interesting. Okay. What did they do with the money? Okay. Yeah. Once you get it in your mind, I would be interested to know that. What do you need, baby? What can mommy do for baby? Are you thirsty? Are you thirsty?
Texts.
Is she?
For example, the screenshots Kresha showed of texts I sent her after she claimed I was drugged at CrimeCon, that I was different since CrimeCon, and that I was being manipulated by Lauren, failed to reveal that Kresha and I exchanged friendly texts in October after CrimeCon, with no hint of concern from her about my mental health. And she also failed to disclose what our relationship was like prior to her speaking out against Lauren, with me offering unwavering support of her and her channel, checking up on her when I hadn't heard from her, and spending hours on the phone with each of us sharing struggles and concerns throughout the Daybell case. Given our history, my question is, why didn't she just pick up the phone and call me if she was actually concerned that, quote, Lauren had gotten to me? I have the same question about other friends and former supporters of Lauren. Why were people more inclined to be swayed by commentary from YouTubers who have never met Lauren rather than relying on their personal experiences with her.
See, there's a misconception. No one's relying on our commentary to make a decision. They're here because they already made the decision on their own. They didn't come here and be like, hey, convince me Lauren's a piece of shit. Never have I ever seen anyone in the chat go, Jay, I'm really on the fence. I really, you've really convinced me. Wow. Everyone who's come here has been like, wow, I can believe this. They've already seen the light. Wendy says, Jay, are you going to answer her the questions for her? LOL. Can you bring Colette and Stephanie up on your lives today? I'd like to hear what they have to say.
I moved it back too far. Sorry, guys. And I was running to get the bird a treat.
You need to talk before we do all that, but it's up to them. Ultimately, if they
envy or anti-elitism in egalitarian societies. It can manifest through mockery, exclusion, or sabotage, and is often linked to social pressures that discourage standing out.
Okay, so this is the Poppy theory.
For the last year, Hidden Truth,
the Poppy thought experiment.
Crime has gained over 81,000 subscribers and over 28 million views, with nearly 6 million of those views in April alone during the Lori Vallow Daybell, Arizona trial, right around the time the...
Okay, so who gave you their stats? Last year, look at she's coming in with the year-end stats. Last year alone, Hidden True Crime has gained over 81,000 subscribers. And how many million views?
I think this was a joint effort. I think we can safely say that this was a joint effort between our Gray Bay, our Dr. Yan, and our Lauren Turd. They put this all together for our Megan, and she has presented it to us.
28 million views.
And over 28 million views.
With nearly 6 million of those views in April alone.
Oh my goodness. And in April, they got the most views ever. That was the big cease and desist month. April.
Yeah.
Woo! Thank you, Ishi, for dropping 10 on us, Jack.
Yeah, and thank you so much to Kresha for sharing that with us. Yes. So you're welcome. And thank you, Kresha. So it's just a big love, that fest of thank yous, because I think it's important that we know this stuff.
Welcome to Cooperville. Everybody close your legs. Everybody coming in, close your legs.
Close your legs.
Thank you so much, Ishi. Welcome in, guys.
Yeah, what is her point? Are we
during the Lori Vallow Daybell, Arizona trial, right around the time the bullying and stalking behavior escalated. And although they initially lost subs over this controversy, their channel stats are now back to normal, and they're growing again in both watch hours and subs.
This is gloating on their part. This is gloating on Lauren's part for sure. I think Lauren wrote this. Maybe Grayson. Grayson's a gloaty kind of a goat too. So yeah.
Who cares?
So who cares?
We're supposed to believe this is something she cared to talk about. Why would you be reading their stats? Congratulations, Megan. You have officially been used.
So who cares, you guys? You're just all doing it for nothing. Who cares? I had the most immature comment the other day where they called me high schoolish. They said that I was jelly, like used the word jelly, and that my channel sucked so bad compared to theirs. And I'm like, this is the most high schoolish comment that I've ever had. And you're coming to my channel saying all of this to me. And I'm the mean girl. Like, it's just like, whoa, mind officially blown.
This is not going to look good for your life coaching business, sister.
No, it's not.
Channel stats are now back to normal, and they're growing again in both watch hours and subs.
So, nanner, boo, boo, we won and you didn't. Is that what she's saying? That they're still growing, so it doesn't matter? Like, what you're doing doesn't matter?
Entire saga, two things keep coming to my mind over and over. One is the song Hey Jealousy, and the other is the movie Mary Poppins. A few years ago, somebody cut together a trailer for Mary Poppins that it made it look like a horror movie, a Disney film. And I can't help but see that the same thing is happening here.
What?
You can cut together this instance to make it say whatever you can vilify Lauren and she is a pariah and a horrible person, or you can see her as an individual who's being harassed and maligned. The difference is, how do you want to see it? Is it okay for an online creator to have personal flaws? Is it okay for them to vent their personal frustrations?
This isn't about personal flaws, okay? Everybody on this platform realizes
It's
that
all about Lauren and her personal redemption arc on New Year's, Christmas Eve, where she's like, and yes, I've learned and grown and I have forgiven myself. Lauren has just jumped right to forgiven herself without even trying to attempt the apology part. Like we're all human. We all make mistakes, right? So let's just cut to like, I forgive myself now. I don't need to apologize for anything, but I'm going to forgive myself. What?
people are human. Don't gaslight me. Don't gaslight us. Who's sick of her gaslighting us?
I'm sick of it.
Is it okay for an online creator to have personal flaws? I'm a flawed motherfucker. What are you talking about? Of course it's okay. This is beyond personal flaws. This is lies, manipulation, and straight up tragedy vulturing.
And trying to get somebody into the legal system that's a mother of four. I've said this over and over again, a mother of four, and getting her into the legal system, into an FBI jail. For what? Megan? I just can't even look at her face hardly anymore.
Is it okay for an online creator to have personal flaws? It's not a flaw to have no empathy or integrity. God.
How do you want to see it? Is it okay for an online creator to have personal flaws? Is it okay for them to vent their personal frustrations and talk disparagingly about people ever? Is it ever okay to make a mistake when you're in the public eye?
Over and over and over and repeatedly?
Everybody talks shit. Okay, everybody talks shit. If you say something out of turn about somebody and you regret it and you feel bad about it, you usually say,
But you know what? If there's other content creators out there talking about crime victims, no, it's not okay. Yeah, my friend, it is not okay. It's not. It just is not. And then to maintain and continue a relationship with them and then continually stab them behind their back repeatedly, no. I'm going to answer that to you. No. And I'm not going to email it to you either. No. The answer is no. N-O. No. It's not okay.
What? I did say that. And I'm really sorry. You know what I mean? You own what you say and you make changes from that point forward.
I'm red in the face over here because I'm so pissed off. No, it's not okay. Sorry, I did that right into the mic. Sorry. Blew your ears out. I'm so sorry. But my God. Is this woman that stupid?
Pretty simple. But it seems that these people weren't taught the basics of being a nice human. You know? Stacy Ray, welcome to Cooterville. Thank you for becoming a member today.
She says, welcome to Cooterville. Everybody close your legs. Everybody coming in, close your legs.
Close your legs.
Yeah, I don't think there's any point in anybody trying to talk to Megan. There's no point unless you're just like in an angry mood and you need to get out a little, like if you got a little excess, whatever, and you want to like let the top off or whatever, then I could see talking to Megan, but you're never going to change Megan. Don't ever go to Megan and talk to her like you're going to change your mind. Like, don't ever expect that, right? Because that's not going to happen.
Are we going to not ever,
allegedly, in my opinion,
forgive people for anything that they do or say?
Don't people have to ask for forgiveness in order for you to forgive them? Or is Lauren the high and mighty that she doesn't have to ask people for her forgiveness? Just like you talking down your nose at us.
You like
Stop talking down your nose at us.
You're trouble, Anders, and I always say you're trouble.
You don't forgive people when they don't ask for forgiveness and don't say that they realize they made a mistake.
Personally, I think if there's an issue between Kay and Lauren, that should be worked out between the two of them. And as far as the stalking case goes, that's for the courts to decide. Here's my final question. Who are the seven gatherers, and why in the world would they name themselves after a murderous cult, even as a joke? And
why in the world would Lauren send was it 144 roses? Why would she send that to Tylee and JJ? Why would she do that? Lauren's doing some pretty weird things herself. So if you want to start questioning that shit, then turn your little fingers around and point them right at Lauren and ask her these questions too.
They have to gain.
Why is she bum rushing Kay Woodcock at her grandson's memorial?
If Lauren's
okay, number one, there's 8 of them, and I don't think they named themselves that. So, congrats on the misinformation.
Yes, Jenny.
I guess the bigger question here, Meegs, is not why they would make a group chat that. I mean, who really gives a fuck? Why? The bigger question is, why is Lauren buying 144 roses for JJ and Tylee's memorial? Why is Lauren celebrating 144,000 subscribers and not 100,000? Why is she planning a pool party for celebrating the 144,000 subscribers, just like Lori Vallow had a pool party after Charles was killed? Right? We're worried about the name of a group.
So if we're going to be asking these questions, Megan, I would like you to email me the answers to these questions, please. Or Jay, you can email her since she really asked the questions, but please do some emailing of your own, please. Thank you.
Group chat? Don't you think we have bigger fish to fry, Megan? But you're going to be a life coach, right? You're going to teach people how to prioritize issues in their life, right? But you're worried about a group chat name? When we got this bitch out here using these weird milestones from this case that were evil and dark, we're just going to overlook that, right? While they're trying to memorialize JJ and Tylee, she's memorializing the 144,000. Someone has to ask themselves why. But you're okay with that. One would also have to ask about you, Megan. Why are you building a life coaching business based on your murdering cousin? Your cousin killed her kids. If you were in any way, shape, or form to be a life coach, why didn't you pick up on Lori's misgivings? Who are you to life coach anyone?
You were so close to her. It seems like you would have known these things. Like you would have been able to. Although, we read that Summer thinks that, you're a lot like Lori in your own ways, right? And at least Lori had empathy or something like that. She doesn't think you have that. And I'm paraphrasing.
When you don't even have it figured out. You're sitting here reading a script. Life coaches shouldn't need scripts, Megan.
You're reading a script that is obviously wrote by Hidden True Crime.
Right here.
The Three Stooges. You're reading a script by the Three Stooges.
You're sick. Get help.
This is fucking crazy, yo.
She's worried about the name of a group chat. While Lauren's over there, oh, we got 144 roses, by the way. You know why? Hint, hint. She just overlooks that.
And doing a lunch live on one of the probably the most, probably the second or third most awful day of Kay's and Larry's life, and Kresha and the family's life, having to go to a memorial for their little nephew and grandson. And and then, the thoughts, like Kay and Larry thought they were putting JJ in a safe home, and all the stuff that they must go through and think about, and you're bum rushing them while they're just, Kay's trying to show his biological father a flower thing. You're not right. You're not right, Megan, for this. You're not.
In the camera in Kay's face, that's just okay, right? But God, why would these girls name themselves after a murderous cult? Oh my God. Never mind that my bio says, I'm the cousin of Lori Vallow Daybell, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah, never mind that I'm riding off of my murderous cousin's coattails. Never mind about that.
You guys, make it make sense. What world do these people live in?
That the sister saying that I barely even knew, but I was in her wedding. It proves. Jeez.
Freaking weird.
Weddings. Lori Vallow's weddings were whose wedding? Yeah, Lori Vallow's wedding were a dime a dozen, and I don't mean to, but it just seems like that's a whole other thing, the wedding thing, and having all these bridesmaids, and sometimes you just fill the spots because they need to be filled. Like, right? I didn't do it in my wedding. When I got married, I made it weird. I didn't care. I only asked my sister to be my maid of honor, but my ex-husband, he wanted more than one. He wanted his best friends. So I just said, okay, your best friends will be in it, but there will be nobody to walk down the aisles with him. They will walk down alone. And that's how I did it, because I wasn't going to just I don't know. It just felt so like there weren't people in my life that I wanted to stand up with me. And he did. So I let him do what he wanted to do. And I did what I wanted to do. But like, we know in weddings, they just fill slots like, oh, so-and-so needs to have someone stand up with them. So I'm just saying that Megan might have just been a slot filler.
Let's play this for Megan. She's worried about the name of a group chat. Get the fuck out of here, bitch.
Oh.
My name is Dr. John Mathias. I'm a clinical and forensic psychologist.
That's another thing that I remember Summer saying, that they were running up credit cards, Stacy's credit cards, and supposedly, and this is all allegedly, that Megan was in on that too. Which, I mean, if that's true, I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. So that's all alleged.
In the last 25 years, I've probably done between 500 and 600 evaluations. Chad's vision was that there will be an apocalypse.
How did we get here? I gotta move me back a minute. I don't know how we got here. Did I move it to this?
Of a group chat. Get the fuck out of here, bitch.
My name is Dr. John Mathias. I'm a clinical and forensic psychologist. All told, in the last 25 years.
At the end of Megan's video. That was the end. No, it wasn't. Why are we going over here? Oh, she's going to go in and show about Kay. Let me move us back then. Sorry, guys. I thought it was the end. Wait, I lost my spot now. Okay, well, let's just move us over. I lost my spot. God damn it. And okay, so they used to have a thing where you could just hover it and you could see a little box here and it would show you what was coming up. That's gone. That annoys me. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Psychologist. All told, in the last 25 years, I've probably done between 500 and 600 evaluations. Chad's vision was that there will be an apocalypse. The people that are righteous survive, and that there were 144,000 chosen ones who would be saved, and that they would ride out the storm until the New Jerusalem was established and carry on the work of God into
We're getting what is the 144,000. Okay.
eternity.
Wants to offer a gift or a donation to JG and Tylee in their memory. This, by the way, from our Hidden Gems. Everyone, and then to our Hidden Gems. Again, I just want to share this incredible community effort. These flowers. So 144 roses, by the way.
Did the family think that was weird that they did it? That it seems really weird. That to me, it seems strange, but maybe it wasn't at the time because of all the grief.
And that there were 144,000 chosen ones who would be saved.
From our Hidden Gems. And then a beautiful framed flowers as well. Everything on the stage was donated by Hidden True Crime Gems, as well as Annie Elise with 10 to Life YouTube channel.
My name is Dr. John Mathias. I'm a clinical and forensic psychologist.
So was Annie Elise in on that? Is that what she was saying? Annie Elise donated too, or is one of those bouquets up there from Annie Elise?
My name is Dr. John Mathias. I'm a clinical and forensic psychologist.
Oops.
My name is
Gems, as well as Annie Elise with 10 to Life YouTube channel.
My name is
Gem Flower.
Who would be saved.
From our Hidden Gems. And then a beautiful framed flowers as well. Everything on the stage was donated by hidden true crime gems, as well as Annie Elise with 10 to Life YouTube channel.
My name is Dr. John
Well, Annie Elise was in on that.
Mathias. I'm a clinical and forensic psychologist.
Sick. Here's another one. She's worried about the name of a group chat.
In this video, I'm going to walk you through a clip that Lauren Mathias took at the memorial for JJ and Tylee. That is JJ Vallow and Tylee Ryan. Now, there's more going on here than what we saw in my live stream earlier, than her just, bum rushing up on Kay. I think that she saw Kay come into the room and targeted her.
So I'm going to move us forward because we've talked about this just to get us back to the actual Megan part. There we are. Back to Megan.
With a name that had absolutely nothing to do with her. Okay.
And
this is her final question, y'all.
Here's my final question.
Yeah.
Who are the 7 gatherers, and why in the world would they name themselves after a murderous cult, even as a joke? And what do they have to gain?
Isn't it horrible, Megan? It's horrible that they would do that. So your people that you're backing, you just saw everything. So isn't it horrible, Megan? Just horrible, right? Just horrible. Maybe you need to pick better friends. I don't know.
Channel goes away. Because when we answer that question honestly, this situation looks a lot less like a podcaster being exposed for bad behavior and a lot more like a group of jealous women engaging in a civil conspiracy.
What? Civil conspiracy. That's a new one.
That's a job.
They're doing it because they're disgusted at the behavior. I don't think that that's too hard to figure out, Meeks.
That was a Dr. Young.
And they don't want to see this happen again. That's why. But a civil conspiracy?
Dr. Reach.
A civil conspiracy is a legal claim where 2 or more people agree to do something unlawful or a lawful act in an unlawful way that harms a third party, requiring an agreement, an overt act, and resulting damages for the plaintiff to recover. It is a tort based on an underlying wrongful act like fraud or defamation, meaning you can't sue for conspiracy alone, but it must link to another actionable wrong that causes injury, allowing the injured party to seek damages from all conspirators.
To me, I think maybe people didn't know about that there was actually 144 flowers up there, unless Lauren was out running around like a chicken with her head cut off, like she was at the memorial announcing shit, which I could see her doing actually. Now that I say that.
Is this what her stupid lawyer thinks she's going to do? Happy New Year, Momo.
Yeah.
Key elements to prove civil conspiracy. Agreement. 2 or more parties must agree to a common plan or design. Unlawful act. The goal is illegal, or they agree to achieve a lawful goal through illegal methods. Overt act. At least one conspirator takes a step in the furtherance of the plan. Damages.
This for sure is Dr. Yawn here. It just reeks of Dr. Yawn, doesn't it?
The plaintiff suffers actual harm or injury as a result. Intent, malice. The parties specifically intended to cause harm or new injury was likely.
The castle is crumbling, officer. You don't understand. Our castle is about to crumble because of this civil distress.
Examples of underlying wrongful acts: fraud, defamation, interference with business reputation, breach of contract, intentional infliction of emotional distress. A civil conspiracy claim essentially extends liability to everyone involved in the wrongful agreement, allowing the injured party to sue all conspirators for the total damages, even if one person committed the specific harmful act. who thinks this might be something she's talking about doing. You have to prove, Lauren, that there was a fucking agreement. And
well, it sounds to me like they're doing what they do best, and they're like setting the stage, right? They're trying to get their story in a row, like throwing shit onto the wall to see what sticks. And so maybe they've propped Megan out here, and this is like the wrap up of what they're doing. Maybe they're going to go after everybody, right? They're going to burn us all down, you bitches.
Her in her effed up mind, she thinks that just because like more than one person doesn't like you and they talk to each other, that's like them agreeing to not like. If Janice knew she knew this wasn't nefarious, she just used the name. Oh, Janice, she knew it wasn't nefarious. She just used the name for shock value. I think she's talking to Janice. Southern Ishii dropping 5 more on us. Thank you. Colette, Sun Lotus,
she looks
31 Jen, ACAB, and Clever. Welcome to Cooterville. Come on in, close your legs. Colette is Cooter. Colette's Cooter. Two or more parties agree to a common plan or design. She's going to say they all don't like me, right? And it's not defamation if it's true. Dropping 5 on you, Jack. Thank you so much.
What?
Oh my God.
What?
I didn't mean to do that.
At night in the bar. Is there a problem with a friend buying another friend surrounded by a group of friends, a shot of tequila is not also showing the conversation that comes before? And that's what I was attempting to do with Kresha. But
well,
she
I
chose.
don't feel so bad because she lost her place too.
The other is the movie Mary Poppins.
Mary fucking Poppins.
Vent their personal frustrations and talk.
I hope she gets back to the Mary Poppins thing.
Disparagingly about people ever. Is it ever okay to make a mistake when you're in the public eye? Are we going to not ever forgive people for anything that they do or say? Personally, I think if there's an issue between Kay and Lauren, that should be worked out between the two of them. And as far as the stalking case goes, that's for the courts to decide. Here's my final question. Who are the 7 gatherers, and why in the world would they name themselves after a murderous cult, even as a joke? And what do they have to gain if Lauren's channel goes away? Because when we answer that question honestly, this situation looks a lot less like a podcaster being exposed for bad behavior and a lot more like a group of jealous women engaging in a civil conspiracy.
Okay.
Civil conspiracy is to use online space.
So I went over and I looked at this Mary Poppins thing. It's very interesting because it says it's the original scary Mary Poppins recruit trailer, and the recruit of the Disney classic Mary Poppins was made by myself, Christopher Rule. This contains the musical piece of Violent Attack composed by Kane Davidson for the film An American Haunting. Stay Awake, written by Richard M. Sherman and Robert B. Sherman for Disney's Mary Poppins, and stock sounds from iMovie. So please do not support the low quality versions other people have uploaded to their channels against YouTube's policy. Thanks to all. But why does it only have, like, this channel only has 3,800? 300. Junie, get off the, oh, hold on. Junie's on the mic. Let me move him. Come here. Come here. Oh. I gotta shorten my mic. You can't be on that. I want to play it, but I'm a little afraid. We'll play just a quick few seconds of it.
Stay awake, don't rest your head.
I mean, You know what it reminds me of? That movie, The Others. That's what it reminds me of. And, it's very interesting because we know how Dr. Yan likes to compare everything to Hollywood. So makes me think even more that Dr. Yan wrote that.
Bases and technology to inflict.
I just read you what civil conspiracy says. Okay. She's fixing to read you what Lauren thinks it says.
Or contribute to severe mental suffering, most notably through intimidation, harassment, surveillance, public shaming, and defamation, as well as appropriation, deletion, or manipulation of information. Now, I will brief.
I think this is Lauren. Lauren just gave away her next move, ladies. We're always one step ahead.
The law and crime.
I'll tell you what, she sues for this civil conspiracy.
On Prime Crime.
Prime crime. Civil conspiracy. What's the conspiracy?
Oh, whatever Lauren's going to do in the court, law and crime is for sure going to cover it. For sure. So make it good, Lauren. Make it good.
Surveillance, public shaming.
Surveillance.
And defamation, as well as appropriation, deletion, or
appropriation, deletion,
manipulation of information.
Or manipulation, deletion? What do you mean, deletion of information? Look at her. She's like, I'm telling them for you, whoa. We need a dry cooter soundbite for when John mansplains. Just something that says, it's so dry, it's a desert. Somebody find a clip. Please do. Please do. Oh my God.
Appropriation, deletion, or manipulation of information. Now, I will briefly address the text between Lauren Matthias and my cousin Summer Shiflett because I've seen these before.
There isn't
where
one.
Summer makes some frankly wild.
There isn't one. They have dropped it. So suddenly they're perfectly safe. They say they're, they dismissed it is it without prejudice, which means they can come back and do it again. So, yeah.
Unhinged accusation.
You've seen these before? Where'd you see them? Who showed you Lauren and Summer's text? Summer, if you're listening, Summer, she's committed a felony. She's seen your private text before anybody else. Can we give her 5 years for that violation? Summer, I would be on the horn.
I did too.
Police escort, 911. Lauren Matthias showed my personal.
I was thinking The Others would be a good movie to make into a TV show. I think it would be really good.
Text to Megan Connor. Megan, why are you looking at private texts? Don't you know it's a felony? It's a global felony.
Global.
Just making shit up like John. I've seen these before.
Text between Lauren Matthias and my cousin Summer Shiflett because I've seen these before where Summer makes some frankly wild and unhinged accusations, some of which literally made me laugh out loud. Sneaking into rehab. Right.
Wait, what?
Sneaking into rehab, some of which literally made me laugh out loud. Sneaking into rehab.
Huh?
But that's what you said. You snuck out of your house to go to rehab at night. What do you mean?
Girl, no one even knows about this, but now we want to know. What's about this rehab? Spill it, ladies. Who's sneaking into rehab? What's this all about? Who was in rehab? She's got leakage for us. What is it?
That must have gotten into her. She must. That tells us she's over on the Hidden True Crime Reddit site reading this kind of stuff.
Thank you, Tangent and Things. And I agree with Rue Rora. She said a proper life coach would have nothing to do with this. I agree.
Oh, for sure.
Tangent says, interesting. Recovered all lost subs, Lauren says. Bought and paid for. Call the FBI.
I mean, I could see the only time I could see a life coach maybe covering this to show what not to do, right? Like to not be on Lauren's side, right? Like, this is a bad way. This is a bad way to go through life. Don't do this to your friends and family. But a life coach is here saying like, yeah, she was venting. She was venting about murder victims, families. She was just venting. She was just comparing herself to murder victims. Meh. This is a life coach.
Waylon, love your name. Megan is a douche nozzle. I have heard in several family members' videos that Megan was not close at all to the family. So Megan handles her family relationship with the Coxes like Lauren handles Mormonism.
What can I do?
When it fits her, she's close. When it can make her money, she's close.
Let me turn your light on.
If it don't look good to be close, she wasn't close. It's kind of how she
Go back in the shower
rolls.
or turn the light on.
Yep, Rollins. I agree. Oh my God.
What?
I did it again.
At night in the bar.
Damn it, Megan.
Is there surveillance, public shaming, and defamation, as well as appropriation, deletion, or manipulation of information? Now, I will briefly address the text between Lauren Matthias and my cousin, Summer Shiflett, because I've seen these before, where Summer makes some frankly wild and unhinged accusations, some of which literally made me laugh out loud. Sneaking into rehab? Right. Responsible journalism demands that an individual should be contacted.
Yeah, that bothered her. So what's up?
Jeepers.
Did we get to the bottom of the who's sneaking into rehab? What's going on with that? PL Mannequin, thank you for becoming a cooter today.
Like we're
appreciate your support. They're gonna probably push some of that on the defense side and not on the state side by the other family members. Guzma cooter.
Let me move it forward.
To go to rehab. Sneaking into rehab? Right. What does that even mean? I haven't gone through.
It's strange to me too. Like, I don't know. I've worked in substance abuse, and I don't know any facility that is open at night unless she was sneaking to go to like an AA meeting. I don't know any facility that would run their classes or whatever at night. So unless sneaking out just meant like sneaking out at like a reasonable time, like 6 at night, to go to something like a class at 7 to like 9 or something. I mean, I did do after hour. I helped to run when kids would get in trouble, the parenting class. I would go with the kids and do whatever with them. And another person would go with the parents. And that was an after hours thing, but that wasn't even, I mean, let me think. Like, so, I mean, it probably started at like 6 or 7 and it only ran for an hour, but I mean, and it wasn't like, yeah, I don't know. I don't believe that she snuck out to go somewhere at night unless she was just sneaking out to go to AA or was taking something. But if it was an intensive therapy, then it would be like multiple hours in the day. And it wouldn't be at night. So I don't know. Maybe can't say for sure, but it seems very fishy to me.
Those got crochet.
Sneaking into rehab? Right. Responsible journalism demands that an individual should be contacted and offered the opportunity to make a comment before such things are published. But YouTube is the Wild West of true crime reporting. And apparently people can say whatever they want, even if it isn't true, without sourcing or fact checking.
No one has to reach out for a statement. This isn't the real news. Wake up, smell the coffee.
And apparently people will believe everything they hear from a creator that agrees with what they want to hear,
of course,
rather than questioning if it's true or not. The main claim from
some, maybe Megan was just sneaking out, right? And, and told Summer that's what she was doing, right? Her aunt caught her and Megan was like, I'm going to do this. Who knows? It's a weird story though.
Seems to be that I'm a liar, which is an old trope some of my family members like to drag out when the truth, I'm a liar, which is an old trope some of my family from Summer seems to be that I'm a liar.
I'm going to clip that.
The main claim from Summer seems to be that I'm a liar, which is an old trope some of my family members like to drag out when the truth causes them to confront an unpleasant reality. And while my cousin Adam was more broad in his claim that 99% of what I say is not true, Summer got quite specific with her defamatory and libelous accusations. I won't address all of what she said because frankly, it's not worth my breath, but I will make you an invitation.
Oh, you are a salty little bee. Did this bitch read up? Oh, good question. Melbo coming in hot.
So not only is she going against the victims on Lori, on going after Kay and Larry and Kresha, but now she's fighting with Summer and those people too. And that's interesting to me. That's interesting. And she's going on the side of Lauren, who is problematic and who might, dare I say, be like you, Megan. So maybe we've landed on it. Maybe it's just that, like when I had that content creator and they sent their flying monkeys my way and people couldn't understand how they could get, flying monkeys. And I'm like, well, they're not the only negative person in the world. And so they, of course, would be drawing other negative people to them. So maybe that's just what it is. Megan is just another Lauren. And if that's true, then Megan and Lauren are just out for themselves. So it will be interesting when this whole thing between Megan and Lauren goes south.
Did this bitch reach out to Christina? I would have to gander that she did not. Right. Did you reach out to Gigi? Did you reach out to Christina? Did you reach out to all these people? Very good point.
Before I had any content on my YouTube channel.
I could maybe see her sneaking out to go to AA or something. Maybe that's what she was doing, but rehab? Because it would be an outpatient rehab, and I don't know any outpatient rehabs that aren't extensive, and that means that you would go for like a half a day, or you would like go for like a half a day or hours, or I don't know. It's very sus. The story is sus at best.
Before I started my podcast, I wrote a book about my experiences healing from trauma and talking about the SA I experienced for 4 years as a child. It's called I Walked Through Fire to Get.
Oh my God. And of course, none of these motherfuckers can do one stream without talking about SA. So she goes through all this, right? Talking all this bullshit. And then end it with your SA story. Just to seal the emotional deal.
Yeah.
Just seal that emotional
These tactics that these people use, it's just like really wow.
deal.
It's exhausting.
Megan.
Here.
Exhausting.
During 2023, I did dozens of interviews on other people's podcasts talking about my experiences and my healing.
God.
So my invitation is this. Please invite whatever psychologist or behavioral expert or liar exposer you want to review all of my past interviews and make an assessment about whether or not they think I'm lying about any of it.
What are you
I am
doing,
happy,
Megan? What are you doing?
To hear the results.
No one cares, really. I mean, it's not that deep. Like, do you think you're that?
It just seems to me like she is just screaming for attention. Like she could have let this die with what happened, but I don't know. I think she enjoys it. I think she's a bit like Lauren with her 9.5 hour whatever. This is Megan's moment of fame right now, and she's taking it.
Important. Because you're really not. Like, you sit up there with these two creepy dudes. And you have like 17 people there. Because there's only 17 people that are like, oh, this looks interesting. Oh yeah, she's very expensive, Melmo.
About whether or not they think I'm lying about any of it. I am happy to hear the results. If there is proof out there that I've lied about something, I would love to see it. Also, again, please ask the question, who benefits if I'm lying? Certainly the people who look bad would like to discredit me because then they wouldn't look so bad. Let me point out to me because then...
What?
Certainly the people who look bad would like to...
mean that makes my mind want to, like, what is that? Okay, I'm sure Jay's gonna play it again.
Discredit me because then they wouldn't look so bad.
Who looks bad? Fuck you talking about?
What?
because then they wouldn't look so bad.
Who looks bad?
The people. Let me point out to me because then.
What?
Certainly the people who look bad. Certainly also, again, please ask the question, who benefits if I'm lying? Certainly the people who look bad would like to discredit me because then they wouldn't look so bad.
Okay, so those people look bad, and so they're trying to discredit you. What?
Let me point out to me because then.
What?
Certainly the people who look bad would like to discredit me because then they wouldn't look so bad.
Who looks bad?
That doesn't.
What are you talking about?
Why do they? Why?
Certainly the people that would like to discredit.
Why did she think that they look bad? I'm trying to I guess, who look? Yeah, who looks bad? And so I'm just assuming that she thinks that Summer somehow looks bad because in the beginning they supported their sister, but now they no longer support. And are you saying that you're a for realsy reporter because you never supported Lori? You knew from the start, from the very beginning. Is that what you're saying?
Me. Who looks bad? The people that look bad. The only people that look bad is in True Crime. And Duty Ron. And Trisha. And Grayson. And whoever else supports them. Dude, I don't know what she's on about.
Please ask the question, who benefits if I'm lying? Certainly the people who look bad would like to discredit me because then they wouldn't look so bad. Let me point out too, that just because you and I disagree about something or see things from a different point of view does not mean that I'm lying, especially when I'm talking about my own experiences. Does not mean that I'm lying, especially when I'm talking about my own experiences. There's a difference between deliberate deception and opposing viewpoints. For example, some people say it wasn't stalking. I say that the behavior met the legal definition of stalking. If they say it wasn't stalking, it doesn't mean they're lying. It just means they haven't researched the law in this particular case. Ignorance is not the same as dishonesty.
Just if they're stupid, they're stupid, she's basically saying. If they don't get it and they're stupid, I mean, it doesn't mean you have to punch them in the gut or anything. They're just stupid. They're just dumb mofos, not like me. I get it, but whatever, right? We can all be friends.
Finally, I want to ask for some grace and some common sense. If you hear or see something that seems out of character for what you know about me, please do me the courtesy of allowing me to address it before you decide what is true and what is not.
Fuck you. Did you reach out to Christina and say, I want to talk to you about this stalking, or are you just going to call her a stalker? You named her by first and last name too. So, Megan, no one's going to reach out to you. No one wants to talk to you. No one cares what you have to say about it. No one cares.
Fuck directly off.
She's almost done, guys.
Not. The worst part about this particular situation is that I know there are thousands of people who have chosen sides with only partial information because what we're being told out here in the social media.
No, I wouldn't say that. I definitely wouldn't say that. I would say you've and not only, but you've become willfully ignorant about it. You do have all the information. You've just said that you don't agree. We're stupid and you're not.
The world isn't even half of the story. I wish that we lived in a culture where there's half of the story. Because what we're being told out here in the social media world isn't even half of the story.
Really? What's the other half? Please share, Megan. What's the other half?
What is your big secrets that you're not even able to share with us that are so horrible that have been done? Now she's going to hint and insinuate that more is being done behind the scenes, but she can't possibly tell us. But if we knew, oh my gosh, our wigs would be blown off.
We're waiting.
I wish that we lived in a culture where there was more civil discourse, but we don't. There isn't even civil discourse among friends, apparently. Nothing in this entire case has made me sadder than losing some of my faith in humanity. Watching this drama play out has reminded me that people in general prefer to be told a kind lie rather than face a hard truth. They prefer to believe the worst about someone in the spotlight because it makes them feel better about themselves. My channel has always been a place for people who recognize about them. Hello, beautiful humans.
Oh my
Today,
God,
I
did
thought
I
that I
just
would
do that?
recap the top case of reference is not the same as dishonesty.
Hold on.
Nothing in this entire case has made me sadder than losing some of my faith in humanity. Watching this drama play out has reminded me that people in general prefer to be told a kind lie rather than face a hard truth. They prefer to believe the worst about someone in the spotlight because it makes them feel better about themselves.
What?
Okay, Kim.
Kim,
I think I'm gonna need you to get out the power barf bags and pass them around for everybody, because I feel sick and I know everybody else feels sick, because what the actual.
You want to believe this because Lauren's in the spotlight? Lauren's not that popular, Megan. We are totally being gaslit. We are talking about Lauren because it makes us feel better. Do not ever hire her to guide you through life's ups and downs.
My channel has always been a place for people who recognize the humanity and beauty in each other, despite our differences. I worked very hard to cultivate a space where we could disagree with kindness and attention rather than hate and dismissal. But this space will continue to be one where I will speak the truth regardless of the personal consequences. I would rather have 0 subscribers and be true to myself than to have a space where I feel like I have to tiptoe around people who are too fragile to hear the truth. If speaking
People are too fragile?
0 subscribers and be true to myself than to have a space where I feel like I have to tiptoe around people who are too fragile to hear the truth.
It's so ironic that the most fragile person in the room is Lauren, who can't have what, baby? Let me finish. I'm wrapping it up. I didn't know this was going to take this long. I don't think we're going to get to the other one. But it's the most fragile one in the room couldn't have TikToks made about her. Judy, you ruined it. I was about to say the best statement of my life, Junie. You are never allowed back on my show, sir. Leave the room, please. Please. He's not going anywhere. But anyway, I think it's ironic.
If speaking the truth matters to you, regardless of the consequences, and if you want to be in a space where you can be true to yourself and have kind and respectful conversations, even when we disagree, if that sounds like a space you'd like to be in, welcome. And if not, I wish you the best wherever you go.
That sounds like a great to be in, but I don't think that's your space, because everything that you're doing, you're saying we're doing, you're doing. And it's like, that's gaslighting. So
ugh.
That's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. Good gosh. Although hold on. Let me see what you guys are saying. As Crusha says, we took our power back from them all. Yep. I agree with the observation, Parawoman Radio. Yeah, I mean, it's just, she sucks. I think she's just another Lauren. I mean, we just saw her running around CrimeCon photographing. I didn't know that was her. That's perfect that that's her, though. Photographing Christina. So, I mean, Megan showed her ass in this, so. Am I just negative, or does Megan want to hide something by maybe? I still haven't figured it out. I haven't figured Megan out yet, but I will. I will. Oh, yes, we will. Megan fascinates me a bit. But, I mean, she fascinates me like Dr. Yan fascinates me and Grayson. Lauren doesn't fascinate me as much. Lauren annoys me more. But I'm sure we all have people in this whole saga that annoy us more than the other do. Yeah, this is the most disgusting. This is why I won't stop here, is that she tried to have a mother of 4 arrested. She tried to take a mother of 4's vacation away from her. She tried to throw her into a federal prison. They wanted to tether on this woman, and we watched the moment it all formulated in their little pea brains. And I think Jay's right. I think that this was showing Lauren's next move. So Lauren's doing a little leakage, or as I call it, showing your ass. So we're kind of seeing a little bit of what their possible next moves are, which is interesting. Very interesting. I'm a sensitive person, and I thought I was better at seeing through people and didn't on Megan, but never really cared about HTC and her snottiness on her channel. You know, there's been people that I've liked, and then, you know, once you get to know them, you know. So I don't think we can put ourselves down and expect. I really hate that it takes up the whole screen now when you put up a comment. That's annoying. But maybe I should move myself. Hold on, let me move myself a little bit. But I just think that I forgot what I was saying too. See if that's better, because I want to go through some of your comments. I pray the group of these women file. Yeah, I hope that they all do something too. And I'm like very interested. Christina has commented on some of our lives and also followed me over on TikTok. So I've been, let's go over there actually and see what Christina's doing, because she had been putting out somehow I got logged out of my TikTok, and let me see if it'll log me back in. I was having a hard time logging into my TikTok. But let's see. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I think because something did happen, because it's saying suspicious activity. I got to put in a code. Hold on a second. I hate that you have to protect yourself every moment of the day when you're on the socials, because like, who's trying to get into my TikTok? Like, my TikTok is nothing. Although it is connected to everything else, so maybe it's something. Okay, I'm logged in. Hold on. I'm going to ship. Oh. I don't know. It keeps telling me to log in. Let me try one more time, and if it doesn't work, we're going to just skip the Christina. I might have to. Oh, wait. God, has this happened to anybody? I don't know what's going on. Let me show you. So I've logged in twice now, and it just keeps pulling me to the login. And then I've been trying to log in with my other accounts and not putting in my stuff. I think it's, yeah, there must be something going on. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find her, because I can't remember what her. Does anyone remember what her channel's name is? What's happening? Yeah, something's going on. See, anytime I try to do anything, this happens. Sorry, guys, I'm not going to be able to show you. I'll have to go on my iPhone and see if I thought I went into my TikTok today on my iPhone. Yeah, I can go in on my iPhone, but something's going on my computer, so I don't know. Oh, I hate dealing with stuff like this. Well, I've learned a lot today. Do you guys think that all the texts will be out? I hope so, Crystal. I really hope that they come out, and that people feel a little more comfortable coming out, because there are a lot of content creators that are covering this that we're not doing it for a nefarious reason, and then they could feel safe with us. And even Jay saying like she would prefer to have a conversation with them before they came on, that's her, just trying to understand what they're willing to share and what they're not willing to share, and getting everything, like not asking questions that they don't want to talk about, right? So I hope that, and I would be the same way, having a degree in sociology and psychology. It does help me in I feel like it helps me in my interviewing skills. And so, yeah, and everything that I'm not a talker. Like if someone asks me to put something in the vault, like having that oath of being a social worker and, not repeating things, I have learned to carry that through into my personal life, and like when friendships and stuff like that. And I really don't say too much about people. I have a few special friends that I talk to, and I might say that I trust. I call them special because I trust them. And, I might talk to them, but I don't just go off and the first person I meet starts, talking about so-and-so. I just don't do that. And I think maybe Lauren needs to like get a special friend and just conduct herself in other ways. But it's just so eye-opening, I think, to a lot of us. And this is a prime example of like, just because someone has a degree doesn't mean that they will act properly. You hope they will, you expect them to, but it doesn't mean that they will or are, and that you need to pay attention to your gut, like, and what they're doing. I've been very guilty of putting somebody on a pedestal for one reason or another and having them repeatedly do something, and like it just didn't seem right to me. But like, who was I? Like, who am I? Right? But we're all somebody. So we're all somebody. We're all nobody special, but we're all somebody at the same time. So it's a very like fine line that we all need to walk these days. And if you made past mistakes, which all of us have, own it. Forgiveness is a two-part process. You first have to admit it, own it, say you're sorry, and then never freaking do it again. It's not just as simple as saying you're sorry. I guess it's a three-part process. Own it, say you're sorry, and then just never do it again. It's a process. It's not one and done. And I don't think they know that. And Lauren has just skipped from not owning it, not saying she's sorry, but forgiving herself somehow. That takes time. And I have a lot of problems with Lauren. I have a lot of problems with Lauren and her saying that the exit of life method. I don't, I resent her actually for making me feel like I don't believe her. I resent her for using that, because I know how deep and dark that those places are, and you don't just like lightly use them. And so soon you don't, like, after you're feeling those things, you don't just like a week later up on a 9.5 hour live announce it. It's taken me a long time to admit to people that I was ever at that place. It's embarrassing. It makes me feel weak. And I just can't even imagine that. But somehow Lauren, I resent her for it. I really resent her for it. I resent her for a lot of things. And I shared with you in a few lives ago, many reasons why I have some things. We all have a Lauren. I say that a lot of us in this have a Lauren turd in our life, and I just resent her. And I resent Megan for coming up here and continuing to defend her. And Megan will do like I'm sure they'll evaluate it and be like, use their psychosocial babble, like, well, these people are coming up here and, they're projecting their thoughts and feelings of what's happened in their life onto poor, innocent Lauren. They'll just twist it. They'll twist it. So there's really no point in engaging with these people. And just at this point, it's the 100 monkey theory for me, the 100th monkey theory, just getting the word out there, pushing it out there and letting you guys the thought process. I'm not here to tell you how to feel or think, just pushing it out there. But I do have my own thoughts on it, and I will share my thoughts on it, and I am sharing my thoughts on it, and I don't like it. And it's not, I'm not jealous. I'm not jelly. It's not high school. It's like the professional in me is screaming. The child who's been victimized in me is screaming. The Gen Xer in me is screaming. It's just everything, but there's no ounce of me that is jealous about any of this. So thank you so much, Denise Wheat, for becoming a dragonfly. And thank you so much, Boss Lady, for becoming a dragonfly. You know what? I think I can give out some dragonfly memberships some more now that I think about it. Let me go over here and give out 5 dragonfly memberships. And while I'm doing that, I want to thank Kim for being the best mod in town. Thank you for holding down the fort while I stand up on my soapbox. Welcome to the Dragonflies. The Dragonfly is our membership program that we have over on YouTube. I release a lot of videos early to the Dragonflies. I do some lives. I do community posts. I thank them and I do shout outs for you in my intro and outro. It's a way that I can support you a little bit with extra content, and it's a way that you can support me out, and it's really, really appreciated. Congratulations to Tori01, Catherine2203, My Mind Likes True Crime, Hawkeye Loves Nature, Anderson Gustav son, sorry. Anders, sorry, I got that. I butchered that. Welcome to the Dragonflies. I don't know why that's up there. Yeah. So let me show you this little something that I made up of the Dragonflies. If you're interested in joining up, we've got quite a few new ones. So welcome to all the new Dragonflies, and to the OGs, I love you.
If you're not subscribed, why are you not subscribed? I would really, really, really love to have you as a power subscriber. If you really like my content, be sure to become a Dragonfly, and that's our membership, and it's $2.99 a month. I release all my videos early. We have special emojis over in the chat room. I kind of share things ahead of time with my Dragonflies, and I go live sometimes just for the Dragonflies. It's a way that I can support you guys and give you more content, and it's a way for you to support our channel. It's $2.99 a month, and I would love to have you.
So welcome to all the new Dragonflies. Thank you everyone for supporting me. Your support just means so much to me. I was in a deep and dark place, and starting this channel has really helped me come out of that. And I say this to all of you. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really do appreciate it. But before I say my final thing, I want to say one thing to Megan. I really think you need to do better, my friend. all of us make mistakes, and it's not too late to recognize that. I can't see how you're ever going to change, but I do believe in miracles. And I just, but Megan, I just like what I want to get into that frame of space where you're at and just like do better, girl. Just do better. Okay, guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Be sure to hit that like and thumbs up button. Today we were coming to you on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So be sure to show us love on the platform that you're watching us on. Kim, thank you so much for moderating. If nobody's told you guys this today, even if they have, I do not care. I'm still going to tell you guys this. I love you guys so, so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Miss my cue, but I had you for that day. Here in the blue, I'm falling deep into you.
Be sure to give this live a thumbs up. Helps me go out into the algorithm party out there. Bring more people back to the party. It's just a free way to help me out.
Tonight, and it feels fine, feels fine. Baby, I'm dancing with you tonight. Here in the blue, I'm dancing and falling out, hoping for some time with you.